the wrong fucking intro.
You went with the long version.
Motherfucker.
That one's the dance mix.
Jesus. God damn it.
Couple more old fashions that might work.
God damn it. Hang on. Let me get it in here. There we go. Come here, bitch. Get it. Oh, I got the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Here we go. Get in there, bitch.
Who wants chowder?
Is that it? That's not it. Fuck. Here it is.
Oh, but this is fun right here.
Shh. You. You're already on my shit list. Last night. Welcome into another episode of the Brand X Podcast, episode 121. I am one of your hosts, John Jamingo. Alongside me, Deuce.
Feliz Navidad, bitches.
Oh, you switched up on me. And by popular demand, because she wouldn't take no for an answer, we have the Duchess with us.
Hello, and thank you for having me.
Welcome aboard.
So we've already had lunch, and Duchess had a half of an old-fashioned.
It's a little much.
She switched to wine. So here we are doing the pre-Christmas
That's right.
Brand X Podcast.
So you'll hear this like on Martin Luther King Day.
Maybe. Depends on
I'd say by Valentine's Day for sure.
by Valentine's Day for sure.
Times? Did you just say that?
He did.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
Primate.
Yes. Daylight
Oh, this is
saving
going to be
time.
fun. This is fun already.
Hey, listen, it's going to get worse because I've only about 1.5 of my old fashions in. So
Your doubles.
my
Nice.
doubles.
Are you doing your show tonight?
I don't know yet. We'll see.
See,
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I am going to start the show with
Oh,
something.
no, you're not. I'm going to start the show
Excuse me.
because we can't do the rest of the show without this.
He's holding a bag in his hand. He opens
Now
the
that-
bag.
Sealed envelope.
See, oh my goodness, here we go.
Uh-uh.
You're gonna probably need that, Duchess.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably need
I'm
one.
perplexed.
Well, this will work. I have an extra one for the Jimmy.
Oh,
Pick out a number between 1 and 4.
4, 3.
And the Duchess picked 3.
I have no idea.
I'm all aflutter with anticipation.
I will take number 2.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I
Deuce.
love it.
We're gonna play Jamingo Bingo.
I love it.
Do you want the bell? I forgot to give you the bell.
So I have an extra one for the Jimmy, but he couldn't make it. And I bought an extra one for Diane, but she couldn't make it. So, but we have 2 more boards that we could use later on if someone gets bingo first.
Nice.
So, of course, much like regular bingo, whenever John uses one of his crutch phrases or words,
Oh my God.
just mark it off. And the first one that gets bingo, we just yell out bingo.
Okay.
Do we have to yell out Jamingo?
Yes.
That would actually make more sense.
Yes.
Jamingo.
So,
Here's the bell. Hang on. The throwing of the bell.
I almost landed in that old fashioned.
yeah,
That would have been
I
bad.
will protect the old fashioned with my life.
I hear
Anything.
you.
Anything but that.
So if you need to orient yourself, you work with John, so you know many of these.
I do.
So in fact, he said this one while during the intro when we were preparing.
Which one was that?
Well, we didn't have the board.
Yeah,
So-
but that's
yes.
not it. No, that's
That's
not,
not it.
That, oh.
He
That was
doesn't- He's
before.
like, when did I say that?
John
Oh my
was trying
God.
to find the correct intro
I was
music.
trying to find the correct intro.
Nope.
And he
not it.
inadvertently picked the dance mix version. And
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be fantastic.
I move things around.
So is it just the regular bingo or do we have to fill the board bingo?
No, just
the
bingo.
regular.
Just bingo.
Okay.
you
Straight
get
across.
5 in a row in any direction,
Diagonal.
up, down, diagonal,
All right.
whatever. You got the free space going on the whole thing.
Fantastic. Brilliant
So.
idea. I love it.
I'm glad I can amuse everyone.
We're going
You
to
do.
copyright this. It will be available in the Brand X merch, Jamingo Bingo.
Merch shop coming soon.
That's fucking brilliant, to be quite honest with you. Jamingo Bingo cards.
That way, all the listeners can play at home when they listen to John on any podcast, any of the 10,000 podcasts that John does.
Comes in a kit of 5, and comes with a like a sleeve, so you can erase it. So you can just swap this out.
4 separate boards.
You know what it should come with? It should come with how many? It's 5 by 5, right? It's
5
25.
by 5.
Right.
Yeah.
It should come
You
with
wanna look at
25. It should come with
Like a
25.
pack.
Here, let me have one.
Want to eyeball it up?
Jamingo Bingo.
These are all great.
God damn it. Now I got to put this in the show notes.
Oh, this needs to be show art. This is show art.
This is the show art. This is
right here.
definitely the show art.
I'll
Absolutely
give you
show
one
art.
of the ones that I made. I made 4 sheets because I thought that Jimmy and Diane would be joining us.
This is...
Fantastic.
I'm not looking at this because then it'll
Yeah,
skew.
because you're the
It'll skew
caller.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll skew it. So
I need
I
that
didn't look
back.
at it.
You got to give it back.
I
I'll
need
give
it
it
back.
back. All right.
How am I
He's
gonna
got to play. It's a
Oh,
competition now.
It's his.
I mean,
Yes.
I got 2
Two.
others.
Deuce,
All
but
right,
he
there
picked
we
number
go.
2. So
All right. So let's get into the show.
I'm so old. I'm going to be listening for crutch phrases.
Now, I don't know if I can do what I'm going to do here because
And
this-
that's
Oh, no,
my
don't let it
intent.
slow you
It's
down
more
one bit, sir.
challenging now.
the reason being is this might not be in the show because I don't know if I'm going to release this
Well, then
because
tell us when you want to officially start
No.
Jamingo Bingo, if this is not going to be in the show or not.
I don't know. I just
Well,
Unless you
we
want
can
to save it
pause
till
and then
the
you can
end.
edit at this point.
hang on.
Unless you want to save it till the
I'm
end.
just going to edit point right here. Here's the problem.
Sorry.
The topic is every time I go out the door, as soon as I think I'm out, they
We pull it
drag
back
me back in.
Well, it's also again based on your temperament, and I'm similar. Is you're very, very, very reactive.
Reactionary.
Yes. So something
me?
happens, and you kind of
Nonsense.
I'm reactionary.
I can't say anything. I hung up on you yesterday when I left.
Oh, I was teasing her, and I told her she was uninvited. Like I would, after all this, after she took a day off and everything,
Dick move, Banner.
she hung up on me. And I said, I think she thinks I'm serious. Because I wanted to say, as soon as she hung up, or as soon as we got done with the show, I was going to say, that was beautiful. That was brilliant.
Oh, it was.
And then and I had to text her. I said, I was only kidding. I still want you to come here tomorrow.
I was like, all right, as long as you're sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of that was,
Well,
don't get me wrong, I was mad at you.
Well, if you recall, I prefaced it by saying, I'll wait for your apology text. And you're like, well, fuck it, you're not coming over. And I'm like, okay, bye.
At the end of the show, I said, I think I deserve an apology. But then there was no one there. Bob left, you left. I'm sitting there talking to
Hung up
myself.
before
You're
everybody.
jerking off by yourself now. Like, yeah, well, that worked out well, didn't it?
It's a good apology for me.
Ooh, that's tasty. You know what? After the third one, there's plenty of fruit in there. The first taste is just like the last taste.
It's all fruity goodness.
Isn't it though? Isn't it always?
It is fruity goodness.
Well, I am a health food nut, as you can see. I mean, it's
Thank
just,
God.
We're also svelte after
Thank
eating.
God that doctor
cheesesteaks
told me
and-
no more alcohol.
Well, we'll finish it off for you.
protein and vitamin C in the
Isn't
form
that-
of old fashioned.
Yeah.
That's what the golfer, that shaggedy ass golfer that's
Oh, that Ron, is that Ron
No, it's-
Daly? Daly.
Daly. What's his name?
John
John Daly.
How did I know? I don't
A
golf.
golfer?
John, yeah, there's a golfer,
Outside
John
of
Daly.
Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus.
He's
I have no
he's like the
clue.
big fat guy who smokes, and he looks like he's like a big.
Oh,
just
is
a-
in that meme?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just a big slobby dude.
So
Yeah.
they were talking to him. He
Gives
says,
no
he
shits.
says, nicotine and alcohol equals protein.
Yeah. I mean, he's an amazing golfer too. So I mean, I guess
I
Get away
honestly,
with that.
Yeah, and ain't bragging if you could do it. So
so one of my problems is that my brain shuts off and I can't, like there's nothing coming to the mouth. And they say that one of the things that will activate your brain is nicotine. Well, I don't want to,
don't pick up nicotine.
I don't
please.
want to, I don't want to smoke, but they have these nicotine lollipops
Oh my God,
or
disgusting.
nicotine
No.
gum.
No,
that
you
I
get
could-
heartburn from that, or
Do
God
you?
knows what. It's not.
I don't know. I've never tried it before.
You're ingesting nicotine. Do you think that would be good for you?
Well, I heard nicotine does have some kind of benefits.
well,
You know,
nicotine's great.
Ugh.
the smoking's the
It's
part.
the smoking part with the tar.
Right, it's the tar. If you can get the nicotine without the tar, is that bad?
It's the delivery system is.
Well, that is true.
That's a problem.
I don't know. I'm asking.
You're substituting one form of addiction
Since
for
I can't
another.
drink, I'll just eat nicotine.
If you can't smoke, I'm like, well, you know what? I'll just suck on these nicotine lollipops. Okay, well, you still have the addiction.
I get that part of it.
But
I don't want
nicotine does sharpen you up.
It does?
Oh, damn right it does.
You're not helping.
Yeah, I know.
You're not creating the argument of why you shouldn't.
Why? Well, yeah.
You're selling it.
It's the smoke. Well, because I was a cigarette salesman for 27 years.
Well,
The
we understand by what you've parked
it's
outside.
The nicotine part itself is great. It's all the tar and the secondhand smoking.
Right.
Thank you, Benson and Hedges. But, you know.
Wrong
Sheesh.
brand, Laura Lord.
What if
They're my
I just
favorites.
took like one little nickel? What's that stuff that you chew?
A Nicorette.
One little Nicorette before the
Nicorette gum.
It's
show.
addicting. It's nicotine.
Because it's addicting. Because where one tablet
It just
was
starts
doing
with
it
one.
for you, the next thing you know, you'll have a fucking
Thousands of wrappers
a
on
jar next. Yeah, you'll be popping them like those
What's that pretzel jar?
those AIDS things that you were doing with your grandmother's AIDS capsules.
It'll be like those fucking animal crackers I can't buy anymore.
Oh, I know. Well, there
They
you go.
still make. I guess they do.
Dude, my son's here every day, and the kid never stops chewing. So he says, can we get snacks? I said, hey, John, you know what? I said, do you like animal crackers? He goes, yeah. Well, you see that container of pretzels there.
Right.
They have the same size container.
Yeah, full of animal crackers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cracker Jack. Ask me how I know.
Well, stop buying them that big.
Yeah.
Buy them the box. Here you go.
It's cheap on
I
Amazon.
know,
So
but
they
it's-
deliver it right to your door. So I order a box of animal crackers, and I did it on they got here on a Thursday. John wasn't here on a Friday.
Gone by
Saturday,
Tuesday.
Sunday. When he got here on Monday, there was like 6 crackers in the bottom of that barrel. I sat here
Oh, my
and
God.
ate the whole goddamn barrel of them. They're animal crackers.
Yeah?
They are like crack. Pretty much.
Full of sugar.
One after another. Just go.
Twing, twing. Absolutely.
I get that. I mean, I get that. But that for me, like, because of things like that, I have to buy everything portion controlled. Like if I'm packing lunch, I can't just have a giant bag of chips. I'm like, I have my
Well, that's my
gross
addiction.
little things or whatever. Like I have everything
Right.
prepackaged. And for me, yeah, it's cheaper to buy it in bulk, but I need it like that's what I have.
If food didn't have calories and it was
Oh.
it just tasted, and you could just eat it and it wouldn't affect
You
you.
could
in
just
any
eat to
way-
exist and it was fine.
I would never stop chewing. Like I would just be sitting there all day eating because I just love it. That's my addiction. Is
You
food.
see the problem with people that I work with
Oh,
in the
it's
break
terrible.
room, like, because they like, I can't believe that you get by on. You know what I bring to work? I bring hard boiled eggs, and then I bring a sandwich, tuna fish, and sometimes it's just tuna fish in a tin, and that's all I eat. And like, oh,
Protein. Feels
right, I don't know how you do it. And this is because in my job, they're eating out of boredom.
Right.
Yeah.
Most people
Are they
eat out
sitting?
of boredom.
Do they sit a lot? Oh, it's
Yeah.
So
kinda
what do you do
sedentary.
for boredom? So you have the same boredom they do. So what do you do
Well,
for
I
boredom?
drink black coffee.
Oh,
Black coffee, if
No
you don't
nicotine.
put sugar or milk or cream in coffee,
there's no reason to drink it. But go
well,
ahead.
no, it satiates you, and it curbs your hunger.
And it tastes
soon
Well,
as
because
you
the
put-
caffeine, yeah.
As soon as you put sugar in coffee or in tea, when that burns off, your body wants
Crash.
more.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You don't drink it, and black coffee, just black coffee, it's a it's a appetite suppressant.
Yeah, because the whole time you're going like this. Oh, that's terrible.
Now you could chew gum.
If you,
I guess. I mean, God love you if you could drink black. I can't drink black coffee.
yeah.
I can.
You just said that.
I'm a master of like acquired taste.
So you just drink it all.
Beer, coffee,
Right.
old fashions, rye. I
It's
mean,
all good.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I love this little buzz, these old fashioned buzzes. I'm a big fan of that.
No,
I am too, because
I
it's just
couldn't
sterile
believe
to
you
watch.
didn't have old fashions before we started doing this.
We drank for years and never had an old fashioned.
No,
Could you afford them at the time?
No, we could have. We
Oh,
both
yeah.
had good jobs.
Back then we
Oh, well, I was
In fact, we
thinking
probably had more disposable income back then because we were single.
single. Old fashions for everyone.
Yeah. 70 people in the bar. Hey, old fashions for everyone.
There you go.
back in the day when we would go to Kaminsky's, by the time we would get done,
Should have put Kaminsky's on the board.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Or back in the day, I fuck, I don't have it on there. Fuck,
I know. Sorry.
Back in the day when we would go to Kaminsky's and there would be 4 of us, there would be the tab at the end of the night would be like over $100.
Oh, yeah.
And that
For how many hours for 4 people?
Actually, it'd be over $100. It would be closer to $1.50 for about minimum 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know,
and that
steady drinking though.
We're
right?
talking 30 years ago.
I would order
30 years ago, 150.
That's true. I was gonna say.
I would order 2 shots of Jack Daniels, and she would walk them over, and I would pick them up and just 1, 2, put them back.
Yeah.
You go back and get me more, please.
I only did that time when I was sick.
Yeah.
Remember the cure for common cold was Jack Daniels and what?
Coke.
No. Remember, I was sick that day, and I drank. It was the day I lost my beard in the.
Were you just
fire?
You drinking Jack straight?
I was drinking Jack Daniels straight. I lost my beard in the shaving accident.
Right.
Remember that?
The shaving mishap.
Right.
Somebody gave John a beard trimmer.
It didn't go well.
And,
did you forget to put
John
the guard
did not
on?
read the instructions.
I got.
He took it all off. So he came walking into the bar.
All baby face.
We're like, wait, yeah, exactly.
Who's this guy?
So like, who the fuck's that dude? And he's like walking toward our table, like with a man on a mission. And that's John. Yeah. Fuck it, bitch. Oh, okay.
I was sitting there and I was so sick.
Someone didn't get his ashes hauled.
I was so sick. And I had no taste. So I ordered I said, bring me 2 shots of Jack Daniels.
Ugh.
And then when she brought them over, I drank one and I drank the second one. I said, yeah, I'm going to need 2 more of them. And I couldn't taste anything. I said, watch. And they had horseradish on the table because we had roast beef and hot roast beef sandwiches.
Roast beef with au jus.
Au jus.
Oh, because it's fancy. I got it.
That's French for beef gravy.
For beef juice.
So I took a teaspoon of the horseradish and just ate it. And it didn't do anything to me.
Crap.
Not an effect.
No effect. So I was drinking shots of Jack Daniels, and I think I ate the jar of horseradish. And the next day I woke up, I was right as rain. I wasn't sick at all.
Cures what ails you.
Yeah, horseradish and Jack Daniels.
I would say day after Jack Daniels and horseradish, there'd be a little price to pay, I would think.
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think I was fine.
Did you shit molten lava the next day?
No.
Not even in the house. Probably didn't even make it home. That was the day you shit in a bucket?
No, the day that
That's the day he took it up.
The molten lava shit day was the time I went to Pat's Steaks and ate 21 of those cherry red peppers and seeds and all.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. God. Oh, my God. Every time I had to poop, I was like,
it burns again.
Just put the towel in your mouth like you're giving birth.
Fight it.
Like you're here, bite on this bullet.
It's like Mickey would give it to Rocky, like, bite down, Rock.
I swear to God, I wanted to get an ice cube, stick it on the end of my finger and jam it up my ass.
It melted by you as soon as it got close to that
horrible.
Proximity, I'm pretty sure.
God, my balloon knot looked like the looked like the Rolling Stones logo.
Oh,
Ew.
it's baboon ass.
I had baboon ass.
All inflamed.
Oh my God. How did we even get here? Oh, tangents. Oh, yes.
Fucking prolapsed anus and
Oh my God.
all inflamed. You have a prolapse. Okay.
Oh, yuck.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Keep John talking. Get him another old fashioned.
No, he's almost ready for one.
I'm halfway there.
Oof.
I don't know if I could drink another one.
And I'm not advocating that everybody should drink. It just worked for me.
No.
Oh, poor
Poor
Jackie. There was a guy. Now, there was a guy that knew how to live.
Yeah.
Well,
That where that soundbite comes from, he was on the Tonight Show.
yeah.
With Johnny Carson. The one and only time. And I'm talking like late 80s, maybe mid to late 80s. And I was a big Johnny Carson Tonight Show fan. I watched it every night with my father. And it was, if you want to see a really compelling, and Johnny Carson had a lot of them, but if you want to see a really compelling Johnny Carson interview, look up that one with Jackie Gleason. And that guy never won an Emmy Award at all. Everything that
Really?
he did for television, he never won an Emmy.
Wow.
I don't, to my knowledge,
Even like
I don't
posthumously?
think they ever gave one posthumously. You know, it was.
So there's Okay, so there was the Jackie Gleason show, right?
The Honeymooners.
There's the
Then there was
Honeymooners.
the Jackie Gleason show.
Then there was a Jackie Gleason show. I really don't remember I remember
Then
watching
we had
it.
Your Show of Shows.
I don't remember that at all.
That was a variety show in
That I
which
don't know.
they did. I believe that's the show they did. They continued the Honeymooners as skits. The Honeymooners itself was on in the 50s, and I think
Right.
they only did 39 episodes. That
I
was
think
it.
so.
And every single one of them is hysterical. Yeah, they're funny as hell.
Oh, yeah, I love them.
Those old TV shows, say what you want, but that censorship, it was great. Like the Dick Van Dyke Show and the Honeymoon, they're still funny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they held up.
They're relatable.
But then he went, and I think the two movies I remember him in was, of course, Smokey and the Bandit.
Right.
Oh,
And
my
Toys
God.
I
His
forgot
toy,
he was
that
in
was
Toys.
with
funny.
Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
I forgot. Okay, so that's the second one. And there was another movie that I don't think anybody really even remembers, and he was in it with Tom Hanks.
Yes. It was his dad, right?
It was his dad.
Oh, it was heartbreaking.
I know.
Sad. Very sad.
What was the name of that movie?
Oh, hang on.
All right, Duchess,
With
you're
Tom
on.
Hanks.
It was Tom Hanks. He
Yep.
was an advertising assistant.
It was,
Oh,
I think it was, wasn't it called Dad?
something better than nothing, or nothing better, or
Thanks, hang on.
something butters.
it might have been Dad.
Butters.
It was
Hang on.
Cell Award was in it. Smoking hot.
Nothing in common.
Nothing in common.
That's Seal
I was
Award.
close.
Seal Award.
Seal
Oh,
Award.
God. I remember her.
Oh my God, she's
Eve
smoking
Marie
hot. She's in.
Saint.
She was in the latest season of Yellowstone. She was like the badass whore that was in
I haven't
Yellowstone.
seen any of the Yellowstone.
Dude,
I haven't
you would
either. And that's
love-
kind of all up my alley. but
How
I've
can you
tuned
not
in.
watch? You got to go back and start at season
Well,
one.
because I had to watch Picard. Then
I haven't watched Picard yet either.
all 3 seasons.
I watched the first. I was a big Next Generation fan,
The
but I
first
could
season
not.
was like, I guess they had to get them into it.
Yeah,
the
my daughter
second-
said you got to hang in there with it.
The
And I'm like,
second and third season are actually better.
yeah, that's exactly what she was saying.
Well, so here's the thing. I didn't even know there was a second and third season because motherfucker. Here's
Which
the
one?
thing because
Oh wait, was that another one?
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Okay, go ahead, keep going, John.
Oh, we already marked it off.
Oh, God damn it! Start saying some of your
Start
other ones,
recycling
please.
more.
I can't help it. I watched the first Picard. He died. I'm like, okay, well, that's that.
Oh, there's
and
a
then
spoiler,
someone says,
anybody?
oh, there's 2 more seasons. I'm like,
You didn't watch the complete first season.
Yeah,
I think I did.
Obviously
I
not.
think not.
You are clearly mistaken.
I have to go back and watch it.
Are you high?
Maybe.
Well, he's definitely drunk.
So I didn't know there was a second, third. Okay, you know what's really good, and I'll say that the reboot of Frasier.
Yeah, I watched all 10 episodes.
It's really, really good. The writing,
Even though
in it-
you
Is it?
badmouthed it.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah, you were like, yeah, but they don't have the housekeeper in it. One
Oh,
of your,
the hot British chick.
yeah, one of your
Oh, yeah,
Jane
yeah.
Levy's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
she's lovely. Yeah, she's really pretty.
Uh,
Is David Hyde Pearson?
No,
No, he is not. He
they
did
brought back Roz and they brought back Lilith.
His dad. No.
No, his dad's dead.
I know.
actually
real
his
life.
dad is.
Oh, you knew Lilith would be back.
his dad is in the end of the episode.
I'm
of
sure they do a
the
little
first
homage.
episode
Yeah.
where it said it all worked because the actor that portrayed him died in 2018.
Yeah.
Right.
He was very good. I liked him.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
So it's really an homage. And now that I'm old and my dad's dead and I'm a grandfather, like I relate to this show a lot.
I do too. Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah, it's really good. And the writing in it is excellent. That the guy that they got to play his son
Mhm.
is really good, and the girl across the hall,
Eve.
she's really good. It's just I love the show. It is amazing.
I like his the British his British roommate when he was a kid. That guy's hysterical.
He is funny.
He's always drinking scotch perpetually. It's just-
Who does he
it's like-
remind you of?
Me.
No,
Sans British
Oh,
accent.
not the drinking the scotch.
no.
Oh, that's Don all day
That's
long.
Don all day long.
Yeah.
That is Don all day long.
Yeah.
As soon as I see him, it's Don. He's got that dry sense of humor, that matter of fact thing that just
Very observational,
says things
humor.
and just breaks you right down. You just laugh your ass
He
off.
distills it right to
Exactly.
to the point.
It's just amazing. He is Don. I can't believe how much I see that and I think of him every time. Now, Don, if nobody knows,
Thank you.
is Deuce's, and he went to high school with Deuce
Yeah, I met Don freshman year.
in high school, and then Don went to Camden County, and I met Don through the radio station. That's how I met Deuce.
Gotcha.
And he is part of the Brand X, the original 5. Or
It was actually 4 because it was always Brand X and John Buchanan.
Yeah, I was never part of the original.
We always had to have that.
Keep him separate.
It was Brand X and underneath and John Buchanan.
But ultimately,
And look at it
John
now.
got even
And
because
look
he
at it now.
became a podcaster and started the Brand X podcast.
And now I have to go in and bleep every one of those Buchanan's out.
Edit point.
Edit.
Yeah, but I just, and again, I want to, is that one? And again?
Well,
Thank
again,
you.
Thank you.
we'll take it.
There's a lot of shows that are coming out that I really want to start watching again, but I really don't know if I have time for TV.
I don't watch many of them at all.
forget what-
I'm watching football.
I
think
wanted
it's
to
football.
watch
I'm not watching much else.
Justified was a really good series. Justified, I think there was like
No,
7.
I'm a huge fan. Of course, I'm probably the last guy on the planet buying physical media.
Mhm.
Joe lent me Game of Thrones
I can't.
No,
on DVD.
so not into it.
Um,
Too long.
it's the guy. He wanted to be J.R.R. Tolkien,
Yes.
Okay.
so he created like Lord of the Rings with sex.
Yeah.
And
A lot of it.
I'm convinced that if it was not for the sex, nobody would have watched that.
I couldn't get into it. First of all, everything was
If you're
dark.
not a fantasy guy, it's not your thing, and I know you're not.
No.
I am a fantasy guy. I like Lord of the Rings.
I
like
love
The
that.
Hobbit and everything.
Hobbit's one of my favorites. Yeah.
But I watch, and I'm into like season 3 now because now it's like, well, I'm fucking committed. I got to see it
Here
through.
we go.
Because
Yeah.
Joe raves about it, and
You could just watch the last season and call it a day.
Yeah, my opinion of it is it's not. Maybe the books are better than the HBO series, but my opinion of it, if not for the sex, it's unwatchable.
See?
Yeah, it's
dark.
not like
It's really dark.
Nowhere like Lord of the Rings was.
The series that I really got into, that
Mad Men is my favorite.
you know what? I started
I can see
watching
you
the
got-
first
you
season
did
and I
that.
fell off. I fell off the first season. I would like to go back and revisit that.
Well, I got it on DVD because I'm the king of physical media.
Of course you are. One of the Dexter was an amazing.
I've
That
heard
guy's so spooky. I can't even.
Breaking
look at him.
Bad was very good.
I watched 3 episodes of Breaking Bad. I cannot.
Did not get into that either.
Can't get
Better
into it.
Call Saul,
Never
Didn't get
watched
into
that.
that
which is
either.
actually a prequel to it,
Mhm.
but you don't necessarily need to watch Breaking Bad
To get
Correct.
to it.
to understand it.
Yep.
They're kind of standalone. You could actually go right into Better Call Saul.
Who's the lead for that? What's his name? He's an incredible actor.
Odenkirk, Bob
Yeah, Bob
Odenkirk.
Odenkirk.
Yeah.
He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I just his character was so
I don't know the name of the actress in Better Call Saul.
the blonde,
Yeah.
the lawyer. She's great.
She is exceptional, but you know what they say about a resting bitch face?
Yes.
She,
Wow.
when she smiles, it's like you're looking at a completely different person.
Yep.
She is like drop dead gorgeous, but in Better Call Saul, she smiles seldomly. She's very resting bitch facey.
Mhm.
And it's just,
It suits the
she-
character.
she's still
Yeah.
hot.
Mhm.
But when you see her smile, like as in real life, when she's on the red carpet
Yeah.
or in the few episodes that she does, she lights up her room.
She's transformed, really.
and
But she's just so
completely
miserable.
different.
Yeah. As
That's
the
interesting.
character.
She played a great role.
One of my favorite podcasts to do is a podcast about a TV show. When I first started, when I was an itty bitty podcaster,
Mhm.
I worked for that company,
3 feet tall.
TV Talk,
Teeny weeny.
and you would watch a show, and then as soon as the show was over, you would kind of take notes and see, and then you would go over and you would do your initial reactions, where you thought the show was going to go, and you would pontificate on, where it was. And I enjoyed that. I mean, I did Dexter and there was a couple other shows. I did Blue Bloods. I did, Castle. I was a huge
Oh, I
fan of
love
Castle.
Castle.
Yeah.
I feel like it jumped the shark a little bit for me, and I got bored with it towards the end. But it's funny that you mentioned the show or like a podcast that discusses it like right afterwards. Is I used to watch The Sopranos, and then immediately within an hour or two, I would go to message boards in the old days
Right.
on the interwebs and read the summary and then all the comments about it. And people would just discuss it back and forth. So I guess the pre-podcast days, and it was just so great to get other people's views. Like, to me, that was like an epic series, was The Sopranos. Like, to see anybody try to come up with anything that could replace that, no. Although I did like the Angels of Newark, like the prequel to that, which I thought was good with Gandolfini's son in it.
I didn't like it.
It's interesting that
it started it up for me. Like, it gave me a little.
The miniseries that are on like the various channels now, a lot of the disappointment comes is when they conclude the series.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of them, the fans tend to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And the only two that I've watched, and basically the critics and the fans agree that ended well, seem to be Breaking Bad and Mad Men.
That's possible.
Because people are always tend to be disappointed. Like, everyone was disappointed in how The Sopranos ended. They put a coin in there, and you know,
you could bring that up at any party, and people be like, yeah, and they'd still yell about it.
Yeah. And everyone pretty much says that the last season of Game of Thrones was terrible. Well, because the guy that wrote the book never finished the book. You know, so like the HBO director was like, oh, fuck, we got to conclude this somehow.
We can't
film and they didn't know what to. And there was no blueprint for them to follow, so they just winged it, I guess. So
I thought, so I was okay with the ending of Dexter when they first ended it. Then they came back and did another series with him, when it was, I guess it was like a reboot. And I really thought they ended that series well. I thought that was an amazing series. The thing with Dexter was he should have been caught 1,000 times. He was just lucky. The motherfucker was the luckiest serial killer I ever saw in my entire life. And it was the first time you were ever rooting for a serial killer. You're like, he's not that bad. He's killing bad guys.
Being the king of physical media that I am, there's two series that I'm a big fan of. And one is The Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Rod Serling did The Night Gallery after that. Do you remember The Night Gallery?
Sure.
You know, that music, and it's spooky and scary and everything. So I bought the complete seasons of both. And as I'm watching, not so much Twilight Zone, but Night Gallery, they don't film TV shows like that no more, because I don't think anybody has the patience to watch them anymore. Because, for example, this one episode of Night Gallery, it opens up with whoever's in it driving this car up a mountain road, and then they do an exterior shot of the car going around a bend, interior shot of the driver driving the car, exterior shot of him descending a road. Now, this might take a minute and a half.
Everybody's like, get to the fucking point.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fast forward.
Nobody has the patience for that anymore. But being a product of my time and you, that's just the way it was. That's how it was. Cinematography. It's how it was filmed. It was to build an
anticipation and set the mood.
But nowadays I watch it, and I'm like, there's no way that
opens with like a punch in the face.
There's no way that they would film this nowadays, because they
wouldn't pay for the set, the time.
Yeah, the millennials now, they have no fucking, and the Zoomers now, they have no fucking patience at all. It's just, so if you ever like go back and watch some of these old TV shows that we grew up with, if you have that presence of mind is how things are now, you're like, yeah, this wouldn't fly now. No one would accept this now.
You say that, so I'm going to talk about the show Bucker. There's the show Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. So the one season ends, there's an explosion, and they shoot the main character, Kevin Costner, and you think he's dead, and that's how the season ends, right? It's a cliffhanger. So, what's going on? What's going to happen? The next season starts where where the building explodes, the one woman's walking out and she's all torn up and she's burnt and everything, and she's like shaking, and it, for the first 5, maybe 10 minutes of the show, it is so intense. There's a shootout and there's shit going on and helicopters flying and all, and you're like, what the fuck? It is the most amazing opening to a to a season. And you're like, when it's done, when it finally everything's done, and you're just like, you're almost like, oh my God,
I need a drink.
I got to go back and watch that again. And you roll it back and watch it again. See, and that's the thing now is when we were young and something happened, you just had to keep it in your memory because there was no rolling it back. There was no, it was over. It was it.
Did you
didn't
see
watch
that
it.
character? Did you see this? Did you see?
Did you see that?
And how about that? No, I missed that part.
Yep.
Did you? All right. So one thing I want to ask, Deuce, did you ever watch The Sopranos?
No.
Oh, I was talking to him like he did.
No, I've
Oh
never
my
seen
gosh.
it. I don't have HBO. I've never seen it.
That's not the reason why you won't watch it.
Well, I have a thing about the
Okay. Well, that explains your reaction when I was discussing it.
stigma against it. All of us Italian Americans are automatically into mafia.
Well, that's
Well, I don't think that.
not
but
necessarily true.
I think a lot of
the
people do
Italian
believe
Americans that are in the mafia.
I think
are super in it.
I think there's a lot of Italian Americans that are misguided that think that shit is great, and I do not.
Oh yeah.
You know, my dad owned a pizzeria,
Oh, it's
and I
terrible.
remember being a kid and being told when I was in the second grade, maybe the third grade, well, you're in the mafia. And I was like, I didn't know what the fuck the mafia was.
Yeah.
And then I went home and I asked my mother, are we in the mafia? Still not knowing what it was. And my mom had a canary, and then,
Wow, especially, yeah.
yeah, it was just like, and I found out years later that for whatever reason, the town that I grew up in, they were all transplanted Philadelphians of Irish American descent. So it wasn't like,
It wasn't the neighborhood.
yeah, it wasn't exactly the neighborhood for us, even though my mom was Irish. That's why I look this way. Yeah.
No, I get that.
So, but I have a real issue with,
No, it's glorifying the crime and the lifestyle.
You're-
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, and a lot of people buy into the stereotype. They really, really believe that all Italian Americans
Yeah,
are
it's dumb.
loosely connected somehow.
Okay.
You could say the same for the Irish
Mhm.
with the mob that way, with
Well, when we
But
okay.
not
So when I was in my 20s, the
Now,
mob
before
was
you hold that thought,
okay.
I still think The Godfather and The Godfather 2 are probably the greatest movies ever fucking made.
I agree with that.
I
But
guess.
they don't exactly glorify that lifestyle. So I guess there's
I think
like
it shows
a-
how people are kind of brought into it.
right.
Like you adapt into that lifestyle
Yeah.
by like a
And even Michael,
Attrition or-
even Don Corleone, he didn't want that life for
Yeah.
Michael.
Right.
yeah, absolutely didn't.
So
So getting
continue
back
what you were saying.
You were 20.
So I was in my
Ish.
20s and I was going to bars in Philadelphia and down the shore. The mafia was very prominent. I mean,
Well,
it
back
was
then there was that gang war with Nicky Scarfo, and
yeah. This was before. I
they
mean,
blew up Chicken Man Testa on his front porch. They
Oh,
shot
God.
Bruno in his car in front of his house. That was one of the most gruesome photos on
Ugh.
the cover of the Philadelphia Inquirer.
correct. There was a lot of that going on. Matter of fact, I can't think of young. Was it young Nicky?
Young MC.
Now, one of the guys I knew from being, I didn't know him. Like I didn't know him by name, but I knew him to see him. It was young Salvador Testa. I can't remember who the guy was, but he was a good-looking guy. He was always in the bars. The women loved him, and we knew he was part of the mafia and all. And then one day he was just, I don't know what happened. They shot him. They killed him in South Philly. And so, I remember watching Skinny Joey Marlino playing softball at the softball field right across from Pat Steaks. We'd go get a Pat Steaks, and then Joey Marlino's softball team, which were all mafia guys, they were all playing softball, and we would just go over and sit in the stands and watch him play softball over there. It was amazing. So we knew all that, and you would go down to the shore, which is the beach. In New Jersey, it's called the shore, and there was
You go down the shore.
go down the shore.
Go
We
to
would
the
go down
beach.
the shore.
I'm at the beach.
And at the beach, and we would go at night. We would go to Margate Memories. Memories was the name of the bar, and they were all in there. You could see
Sounds
them.
so 80s.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was before Miami Vice.
Mm-hmm.
It was all that before Miami Vice shit.
And the reason all that tension was going on is because Atlantic City had just gotten gambling in 77.
Yep.
and the casinos were opening, and New Jersey went out of its way to make sure there wasn't a mob influence,
Right.
like in Vegas.
Yes.
And so
Good
you
job.
had the New York crime family.
They're all
and
trying to fight
the
over it.
Philadelphia crime valley families all trying to like control that.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing. I mean, Atlantic City squandered an opportunity, and it's their fault. They had a monopoly for 22 years, and then the Native Americans figured out, hey, we open up Heap Casino in Foxwoods, and we make a money. You know, it's just like that's and it's not the casino's fault. People blame the casinos.
Yeah.
Well, the casinos paid their taxes. You know, if default, it's the mayor and council of Atlantic City over the years.
Oh.
They had a monopoly for 22,
Was that
25
Dom?
years, and they
What the fuck is his
squandered it.
name? Yeah.
They did nothing with it. Atlantic City is still a shithole.
Well,
awful.
at the time, they dumped a lot of money into the city, but it didn't really help.
Well, it didn't go to the spots
Well,
where
that was
help
it. It's
needed
the council and the mayor and council that fucked it all up. They blame the casinos. They paid the money. Like, okay, here's what we made.
They made
Here, Atlantic City, here's the fucking money. What did they do with it?
They all put it in their pockets.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, it was all bullshit. And again, when I was working in the elevator business, you know, we were down there all the time working in the casinos.
Wait, which one was it?
Again.
And again,
Did we get that?
He said it already. Fuck.
Oh God!
You got to pick up your game.
I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
We were down at the casinos, and it was, I mean, on a Saturday night
Remember they're
in
jumping.
the 90s, that it was
Stuff full of people.
It was, I mean, it was a steady line going into Atlantic City, and the whole place was filled up with people. It was amazing.
It's a ghost town.
Yeah, now it's a ghost town. I mean, there was you could walk up and down the
What did
boardwalk.
they close? 5 casinos in the last 10
I have
years?
no idea, but we were
They
in.
closed the Showboat, and
Ugh.
a lot of them closed down.
I worked in the Tropicana. I worked in Harrah's. I worked in the Brigada. I worked in Trump
Marina?
Trump
Or
Taj
Taj
Mahal.
Mahal.
I worked in the Trump Taj Mahal. I worked in the Sands.
Caesars?
And I also worked in Bally's. I never worked in Caesars.
I think Bally's is closed.
Bally's
Might
is
be.
closed. The Sands, they
I
tore
was
down.
just at resorts a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
And I know and my mom
The
used to
resort was the
love
first
the Showboat. They closed Showboat down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to Showboat.
Well, that's how I got into playing poker live. Was my buddy Mark? He said, "You know, they got a poker tournament during the week down there. It's only $65 to enter." I said, "Shit, let's go." So we would go Wednesday night. We would drive down to Atlantic City. The poker tournament started, I think, at 7:00. We would go down there at 7:00. We would play until we got knocked out, and then we would either go play craps or we'd go to the noodle bar, and we'd eat
Eat
pho.
noodles.
It's like that Vietnamese pho.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's so good. And then we would drive home, or sometimes we'd play craps. Well, Mark would play craps. I would say, "Where you putting your money?" And I would just, if he put money on whatever, come 6-9, whatever he did, I just did. You know,
The opposite.
Yeah, I put everything on what he did. He won, I won. You know, it was the
there
way
you
it
go.
was. Yeah, so that's
So
how
you
we
were a bandwagoneer.
yeah.
I would do that if I know
Absolutely.
I could win.
I had no idea what they were doing.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
I play the slots. I'm terrible.
Mark would get knocked out, and he'd say, "I'm going to go play craps." I say, "Okay, I'll come find you when I'm done." And then I would come and whatever he paid for the tournament, he'd make back in craps.
Oh my
He
god.
never went home down money.
Oh.
Sometimes he'd say, "All right," he'd say, "Let's get out of here. I got enough money. Let's go get something to eat. I got
enough money.
I'll buy."
My uncle went to the
Nice.
casinos with a friend of ours, of the family's, and they were there for 25 minutes because they went to the crap table and they ran hot. So like within about 20, 25 minutes, they were up like $5,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. And okay, that's it. We're done. We're cashing out and everything. Oh, what do you?
They let him leave?
They left.
Oh yeah.
Good for
But
them.
before they left, they went to go get something to eat, and they were going to comp my uncle's friend, but not my uncle, even though he was there playing. And it was like, oh yeah, we want to. Yeah, well, you can have a free breakfast, but your friend can't. Like,
Oh, see ya.
well, what do you mean he can't? He was playing. So, well, we didn't see him playing. What do you mean you didn't see him playing? He's like, you know.
He's got the big cup with all the quarters in it.
So he was not only a close talker, but a loud close talker.
no.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
it is like,
goodness.
And he was a fast talker. Well, let me ask you this, buddy. What's my friend supposed to do? Fucking drool while I'm eating my fucking scrambled eggs? What the fuck is that? So they left. It's like, but they went down there. They ran hot for 20 minutes. They were up $5,000. They cashed out.
Done. Good for them.
And I'm talking they were up $5,000 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, that was a lot
That's
of hay.
a lot of money.
So it was 2006, I think this was. And we would go down and we would play. Now, Mark had moved on. I think he moved he moved to somewhere else. And so I'd met some other people playing online poker, and they would go down to Atlantic City. And we would go down there, and what we would do is, and these guys knew how to work the casinos. So you would go down there and you'd be playing at the poker table, and then you would go up to the boss and say, hey, listen, we've been here for whatever, how many hours? He says, we're kind of hungry. What do you got in the way of comps? And the guy would say, oh, well, you can go to the buffet, or we can give you something for here, or you could do something for there. And then if you wanted to, if you were there for a while and it's late, you'd say, hey, you got any rooms tonight? And they'd give you a room. They'd just give you a room.
Yeah.
And you could go up and sleep and then
It's worth the write-off.
get up and, yeah.
You're going to spend way more money than that room costs.
Oh, yeah.
So
They're
not
hoping
us.
to get it back by keeping you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. I haven't done it in years, and I haven't been down there in
See, I'm a big
forever,
gambler because I'm I only gambled twice. I'm a sore loser.
Yeah. I don't like to lose either.
because money always, much like yourself, money always came hard to me.
Right.
And I remember driving home from Atlantic City with absolutely nothing. I didn't even have a fucking dime in my pocket that if I broke the fuck down, I couldn't go to a payphone, and make a phone call to have someone help me out. And I was like, lesson learned, I'll never do this again. And I'm talking maybe I lost like $50, and I was like,
But $50 at the time when you lost it was
when you're
a
like,
lot of money.
Yeah, when you're like
You got no
21,
money.
22, you're going to college. It was like
$50 is a lot of money.
And then not only that, I started thinking, God damn it, I could have went to Sam Goody and bought a shitload of albums. I would have had something to show for it. I got nothing. I got my dick in my hands. I got nothing here.
It's like taking a $50 bill, standing over the toilet, ripping it up and flushing it.
Well, Genghis used to say, I might as well just write Donald Trump a check and mail it to him because it's pay to the order of Donald J. Trump.
Sign Doofus, yeah.
Just sign Genghis and just mail it to him and be done with it.
Well, I've told you the story when I was 18 and me and my friend Kevin went down. Because at 18 you could drink, and then when they first opened the casinos,
Governor Kane did me a favor by raising the drinking age to 21 because it kept me out of there.
So we go down there in our leisure suits and with our silk shirts. Oh my God!
Ooh, the white collars.
Yeah, white.
Nice.
Did you have a puffy shirt?
Puffy shirt, powder blue.
Powder blue.
Powder blue.
Hot.
So we go down there and we decide to play roulette because we really don't know how to play anything. So, so we went down there.
Well, hopefully it lands
and
on
same
this number.
thing like your uncle. First hour, we decide, we're first hour. My buddy's up $320. I'm up $180, which to me it's almost a week's pay. Right. So we're like, let's get the fuck out of here. So we get out of here. We stop at the diner. We're having steak and eggs. This is amazing. We're going back every week. This is easy. Next week, we go back with $100, 15 minutes. We were done. Just like you. We didn't have $1.
Yep.
We had to go home. We couldn't even go home the
I felt like such an asshole.
Oh.
I was like, I have nothing.
And you couldn't go back then. You had to wait till Monday to get money because there was no Mac machine or ATM
you
or
had
anything
to actually
like
go
that.
to a teller. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to go to the bank to
the
get
walk
money.
of shame into the bank. I need money.
Yeah. Write yourself a check, cash.
I got these rolls of coins
Pay to
here.
the order of Doofus.
Yeah. Yeah. So then we were like, oh, that's the end of that. But see, there's a difference between, in my humble opinion, and a lot of other people, that there's a difference between playing poker and gambling. Poker is a game of skill. And the reason it's a game of skill is because you can make your opponent fold. It doesn't always go out to the end. So it's not really gambling. It's a game of skill. So I started playing poker in 2004. I still play a lot of poker, but I like you. I love playing for fake money. Like to me, it's like
there's
real money.
no risk there. Yeah.
But to me, I have a bankroll. Like I play with the VR.
Did you ever play strip poker, like with a girl and everything?
Not.
Yeah,
Never.
You never did.
No.
What are you?
Well, first of all, back then I didn't even know how to play poker.
Gay.
Say, why am I waiting? I mean, that's just ridiculous.
I remember I was playing strip poker, and the people that I was playing with didn't know that you could actually gamble with the other people's discarded clothing. They were like, okay, well, and I grabbed some girl's boot and put it on the table, and I'm like, you can't. Yeah, that's part of the pot.
I know.
When the game's over, you get the clothes back.
Even though I know, listen, even though I know how to play poker, I wouldn't even know how to play strip poker now.
Like I think it's regular poker. All you're using clothes as chips.
That's your money, yeah.
So you're going to bet your bra, and if you lose, you got to take the bra off.
That's the fun of it, because if the girl,
the point is to get the girl naked because she doesn't know what she's doing.
Gay.
I
didn't explain this to John.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't need poker to get a girl naked. Now I sound like Bob. God damn it.
Oh, my goodness. I have my skills. I didn't need no cards.
So I'm grabbing like one girl's boot. I'm like, okay, well, and I'm grabbing another girl's sock and another dude's t-shirt. And they're like,
you're playing with another guy?
Yeah, well,
it's usually couples or
couples,
something.
Yeah.
Gay.
I'm not there for the dude.
Oh, I don't care.
Just his sock.
Guys know how to play strip poker.
I don't.
Women generally, as a rule, do not.
Two guys standing there.
No, they're dressed. That's the whole point.
Yeah, they're bare ass naked, and the ladies
are dressed.
At the end of the round, the girls are naked. You are not.
I don't know about. Well,
if you play it right, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're John, who evidently loses.
Tell you something.
Hey, what are you taking your shirt off for?
I can't even tell you the times. So when you play in VR poker, if you get all your, when you go all in.
Do they have virtual reality strip poker?
No.
I was going to say they probably do. I'm sure they do.
First of all, I would play in VR because in VR I look like an Adonis. But so you're sitting there and you're playing. So you go all in and all of a sudden the percentages come up to win, right? So I'm 86% to win. The other person's like 14. So
I
the
have
last
faith in
card,
you that you'll lose that.
The last card, all of a sudden, your light goes boop, and the other one lights up 100%. And you're like, motherfucker, how the hell?
And now you know how Hillary Clinton felt when she was 99%.
Yeah.
Chosen to win in 2016.
Right.
Donald Trump.
Feeling pretty good about
Donald
this
Trump,
election.
Florida. Donald Trump, Pennsylvania. Donald Trump here. Donald Trump there. And just this.
I'm feeling good about this game when suddenly.
The best part was watching all those folks just standing there, just
weeping,
sitting on the floor, like rocking, crying. I was like, oh.
So as I put my tinfoil hat on.
Again?
No.
That right
you
there.
had 2 weeks of tinfoil hattery.
That right there was when that's when I guess you would say, the eyes became wide open when Donald Trump won that election, and he wasn't supposed to win that election. That was supposed to be Hillary Clinton, and they thought they had the whole thing rigged, and they weren't paying attention. They didn't have their finger on the pulse, and Donald Trump won. And the fact that that's when they lost their fucking minds and started saying the quiet part out loud. And then you can sit there and watch. And then, to me, that's when it opened my eyes to what was going on. Now, you were telling me this shit for years and years and years.
We already marked it off.
You were telling me this shit for years and years and years. And if I can switch subjects now.
Now, see?
What?
I was telling you for years and years and years, and then I was proven right.
Yeah.
So that's when I go.
Yeah.
Now, see?
Thank you.
And this is where we get the soundbite. Deuce was right.
Nice.
What do you think?
Sometimes it takes years, but.
Okay.
Oh, but you're a patient man. I bet you'll wait for that.
What do you think about this movie that Obama put out? Now, I haven't watched it. I don't know if you've watched it.
Is this the one with the water?
It's okay. So
like
you haven't watched it.
I've heard about, but
he's the associate producer. Have you watched it, Duchess? I haven't watched it, but people have been poring over this movie like the Dead Sea Scrolls and analyzing it scene by scene, frame by frame for all of these different, I guess, Easter eggs that are in this movie about what is going on with the world. And now they're freaking the fuck out over this movie. And I was listening to somebody forget what podcast it was, and I don't even know who the guy was. He says they always tell you what they're going to do before they do it. It's like a warning.
Oh, that's actually just to grease the skids.
I guess. So
yeah, because it's like, like in a porn movie, you just don't plow right into anal sex. There's a lot of preparation.
At least a glass of wine and an old fashioned or two, right?
a little bit of lube.
There's like Benoit balls involved. You got to loosen that organ up a little bit. You just don't go in there like a battering ram. There's a lot of
another movie.
There's a lot of ripping and tearing.
Oh
That's why they do it that way, John. That's what the Obama movies do it for you.
I won't watch the movie.
That's the prelude to anal sex that we're all going to get.
Well, they brought Alex Jones back on Twitter.
Oh, thank God.
And now he's over there, and his thing is, now the globalists are all NATO is getting ready to go to war with Russia because he wants to take out the
World Economic
Forum. So this is what Alex Jones is saying right now. Putin believes the biggest threat to the world is the Economic Forum.
He's right.
I agree with him on that.
He may not be wrong.
And what he's saying is that NATO is protecting the World Economic Forum. And right now, Russia wants to take out the World Economic Forum. And NATO is now bolstering to protect the World Economic Forum by going to war with Russia. That's what...
Well, NATO's not at war with Russia.
What's that?
NATO's not at war with Russia.
They say they're gearing up to go to war with Russia right now.
Well, to do that, Russia would have to invade a NATO country. That's what the NATO treaty does. An attack on one is an attack on all.
I hear you.
So if Russia does not do that, ergo, there's no war.
Well, we'll see what happens, but...
And this is why we don't put too much stock in what Alex Jones has to say.
He's been right more than he's been wrong.
Has he, though?
The frog's gay?
Are you cherry picking?
Maybe. Maybe I am. But he's been right more than he's been wrong.
I don't know. I'd like to see a Pew study on that.
Okay.
Like Rush Limbaugh was 98% right all the time by the Pew organization. So,
okay. I'm just telling you.
I'm not saying I don't want Alex Jones censored by any means.
I agree with that.
I agree with that,
he
too.
is a kook.
I think you take a lot of these people with a grain of salt.
Yeah. And some people, when they go on about Buzz Aldrin, they sound like Alex Jones. Just saying. Some people are kooks.
All right. I'll ask you what I asked Bob. If you walked on the moon and someone walked up with a Bible and said, put your hand on a Bible before you walk on the moon, what would you do?
Can you please complete the entire
Do you know why this
argument?
Do you know why
Turn your mic off.
And this is why you sound silly. Do you know Do you know what the Bible and what general denominations, regardless of whatever Christian denomination you are, teaches about swearing on the Bible?
I have no idea.
Of course you don't.
Of course.
And of course you think by browbeating people, by being Alex Jones, that's the solution.
Alex Jones didn't do that with some other guy.
You're not supposed to swear on the Bible rashly. You are to swear on the Bible to affirm an oath to a higher order, or to affirm to a higher order that you're telling the truth.
Don't sit there all smart.
Oh, I'm just going to smirk at you.
You don't do it rashly. Second of all, do you know what one of the things, tell me what you know about Buzz Aldrin.
Apparently he's a liar.
Dick.
That's what John
Wait a
thinks.
minute. Hang on. Wait a minute. I'll tell you what I know about Buzz Aldrin. Okay. I know that he was a test pilot. I know he's a decorated pilot from Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he was on the moon mission with Neil Armstrong. And
who's the other guy?
Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, and the guy
Michael Collins.
Yeah, see, no one knows Michael Collins. Why doesn't no one know anybody?
Jackass knows who Michael Collins
you know why?
was.
Because he was up in he
was in the orbital.
He was in the orbital. He wasn't on the moon. Right. That's why the guy in the orbitals, he's fucked. No one cares about him.
I know all three guys.
Okay, so you know all three guys.
Okay, because I'm amazing.
Okay.
But that's beside the point. Do you know what the first liquid that was poured out in outer space was actually on the surface of the moon?
Tang?
No.
What?
Buzz Aldrin is a Presbyterian, and I believe he's a Presbyterian minister.
Oh, I remember.
And he actually performed a rite
Blessing?
of communion
Communion.
by pouring wine into a silver chalice and having communion bread
How did he do that when he was on the moon?
His church provided him with that.
Wait a minute.
So one of the first acts that Buzz Aldrin did when he landed on the moon was an act of communion.
In the capsule.
In the capsule on the surface of the moon. So to have some lunatic asking you to demand rashly to swear on a Bible is to absolutely impugn the character of Buzz Aldrin. And he was right to punch that fucker in the face.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
God,
I'm not
that's
saying.
so great.
First of all, I'm not saying he shouldn't have punched the guy in the face.
I do.
That's disgusting. He should
What?
have.
Some things are morally right. They're
No,
not legally
no, I
right,
just
but
said-
they're morally right.
I agree with you. I agree that Buzz Aldrin should have
A lot
punched
And
of
that
that
guy
guy in
was
the face.
following
face.
him around for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that was stalking him and
I get
harassing
that.
him.
I get all that. I understand that.
But
The thing is
Yep.
that
Did he say that?
Probably said
God damn it!
if I'm
Gotta
not,
be in here.
if one thing I'm consistent.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing, yeah.
All right, damn it.
The thing is with Buzz is that he wasn't a minister, right?
He's a Presbyterian minister.
He's a Presbyterian.
Oh, and getting back to my earlier point, some faiths, some Christian denominations will not swear on a Bible. I don't know where the Presbyterians fall on that, but I know Jehovah's Witnesses will not.
All right. Okay.
Roman Catholics generally do.
Of course, we'll swear on anything.
And but it's only to affirm an oath or and that goes back to the First Testament.
You're actually making my argument.
No, I am not,
more.
because
Yeah, it is.
God, you know where the first oath to God came from? Came from God himself to Abraham when he took an oath that the Jews would be more populous than there were stars in the sky.
That's a lot of Jews.
Yeah, well,
Abraham got busy, so
yeah, well, they are the chosen people. So it's basically, so you're impugning this guy's character, who's a
This
hero.
is what I'm saying.
No, you're not.
I'm not impugning anything.
Yes, you are.
you are.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
Just because he's Paul's best friend. I'm just
He's
saying.
not. He met his hero. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying.
Don't you love how he conflates things?
Such a jerk.
Hey, the guy, if I'm a guy, you know me, if someone walks up and says to me, did you do this? And if I did it, they say, put your hand on a Bible and swear. I put my hand on a Bible
You
and
are
swear.
such a liar. Didn't he open this up by bitching about the kid in the auto zone?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
What are
If that
you
kid's
talking
swearing a Bible, it's you read the manual that these are the right size wipers. You'd have punched that kid in the face.
Well, first of all, I would have said to him, no, that's not true. First of all, if the kid said to me, swear on a Bible that you read the manuals, I would have said, yeah, I would have put my hand on a Bible and because I read the manual.
And
You're
again,
such
if
a
you're
liar.
stupid enough and uneducated enough to know that you're not supposed to swear rashly on the Bible, that's your issue,
Oh, whatever.
not Buzz Aldrin's issue.
Seriously,
this
stop
is the
putting your
same-
issue on
Maybe
for
Buzz
Buzz.
Aldrin thought this through more than you did.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, when my kids were younger, I would say, did you do this? And they would say no. And I'd say, stick out your tongue. And I'd say, your tongue is green, you're lying. Because I knew they
Oh
were
my
lying.
God, I used to say that to my daughter. I said, I can see the lie on your tongue. And she'd go,
Yeah.
and she'd just butt in her mouth.
then what would happen
They're kids.
is something, of course,
'Cause they're
right?
dumb,
But
yeah.
they know,
They're
they don't,
malleable.
first of all, they don't know their tongue didn't turn green. So then I would say to
People
them,
didn't tell each other.
I would say to them, did you do this? And they would go, no. And I go, stick out your tongue. And they would go,
Yep.
and they would put their hand over their mouth, which means they were lying because they would stick their tongue out because they knew
So
their
you
tongue
would
was
So
green.
you
Still the
bullied your
tell on them.
child into lying
Right.
about their lie.
So
Okay.
this is the same thing with put your hand on a Bible.
It is not.
It's not.
Whatever.
You're a bad Christian.
Of course I'm a bad Christian.
Uh-oh, here comes the Jimmy with his germs.
He better not.
What's up?
No, we're not done. Come on down. Oh, he's bringing a mask down. I'm negative. Yeah, you're still. If I get sick, I swear to God.
You get him sick, I'm going to hear about it.
Yeah. Hey, Deuce, what's up?
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Kate. Nice to meet you too.
Grab a chair, pull it up, just have a seat.
Oh, you're invited, I guess.
I'm going to get a coffee. Anybody want one?
Oh my God, he come down here
No,
to
I
get a
have
coffee
wine
order.
though. Thank you though.
Now I got a buzz going with the old fashioned, so I don't want to ruin
Speaking
the
of
coffee.
buzz.
It's time to pour more wine.
Did-um.
Oh, I can reach. Oh, fabulous.
I'd have gotten that
Oh,
for you.
I know. I didn't want to interrupt your buzz.
Well, I'm going to take this musical interlude as you and Jimmy commiserate to go visit the little boys' room.
All right, I'm going to put a marker here somehow. I don't even know how.
Hey, these old fashions got to go somewhere.
Oh, my
Right.
goodness.
So what's going on,
What
Jimmy?
was your topic today?
Oh, we were Jesus Christ.
Right now, we just took my part about Buzz Aldrin, and I say we meaning Deuce. So
Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah.
yes,
They-
Oh, about him not putting his hand on.
yes.
yeah.
I wouldn't. Fuck yourself.
Thank you.
Uh,
You lose, buddy. You can keep trying. You can beat
I
that
hear
Buzz
you.
tree
I'm
all
just
you
telling
want.
you right now that I would put my hand on a Bible.
What if he didn't really go?
Then I would put my hand on a Bible. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the guy didn't go.
I'm gonna go get a coffee. And
All right. And we're back. Jimmy went to go get a coffee. Jimmy likes to come down and just come down and insert himself.
Interrupt.
And then he says he's going to come back, so I hooked up his microphone.
He won't come back.
Now he won't come back. Watch.
Oh, this
So-
isn't bad.
See?
Like it?
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
little
that could
bit.
be
It's a,
dangerous.
yeah. You can't drink a lot of it.
Obviously, if you had cake or it's
Right.
more of a dessert thing.
No, it is because yeah,
All right. So Deuce made
Not bad.
Jackknife.
Yeah, jackknife, which
I'm
is
in trouble.
Jack Daniels and Bailey's.
It goes well with wine.
Goes well with wine,
It pairs
red
well
blend,
with wine.
Deuce's
wine, and chicken
Duchess will be
gorgonzola
sound asleep
salad.
outside in their car after it's just done.
It's cold out there. At least have a couch.
You can have the couch.
Thank you. You're so generous,
So
Mr.
Jimmy
Jamingo.
comes down and says to me, have you ever heard of Project, wait a minute, what's the richest guy in America's name? I'm like, well, Jimmy, there's a lot of them, but,
Bezos?
no, he's talking about Elon Musk.
Okay.
They're in some kind of thing and it's going to be bigger than Apple. So I just typed in Elon Musk Omega and this comes up. What is Project Omega? Unpacking the Elon Musk's alleged mysterious business venture. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
All right, so
I'm sure it's a non-issue, though.
All right. So they call the gist. Rumors about tech billionaire Elon Musk backing Project Omega are circulating online. Some are even claiming to hold the secrets to investing in Project Omega. Project Omega has not been confirmed as real, nor has Elon Musk carried any association with such a thing. Now, this is from October 2nd, 2023.
So it's recent.
All right. The billionaire Elon Musk is involved in running plenty of companies as the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and owner of Twitter, now known as X. Fuck you. It's always Twitter.
It's going to be Twitter for
Right. In the past, there are many rumors about him buying car companies or attempting to colonize Mars, but sometimes it's hard to separate fact from fiction. What is Project Omega? Despite numerous videos on YouTube claiming to explain Project Omega, it's a supposed connection to Elon Musk. You'll be hard-pressed to find any legitimate source of news that backs up these claims. The only part of the story that can be credible is that somehow it's connected to artificial intelligence, which Musk now acknowledges will impact humanity drastically. One investing blogger has been talking up a storm about Project Omega. And it's, hang on a second. Its goal is to track the world's biggest microeconomic and geopolitical events in order to guide investors so they could take advantage of events to get impressive stock market returns. So this is some kind of scam.
Mhm.
And Jimmy's all over it. I'm going to put $1,000 in there.
I love the Jimmy voice.
Jesus Christ.
It's not too far removed from the
It's kinda
Jamingo
not.
voice, so
When John gets ranting, yeah, you're not wrong.
How is Elon Musk connected to Project Omega? Since we've established that there is no concrete evidence that any Project Omega actually exists, nor does the Tesla CEO have anything to do with one, you might be able to ignore the rumors. Again, no credible source supporting the claim that Musk's involvement in Project Omega. However, that does not necessarily mean investing in artificial intelligence or AI isn't something to explore. Oh, Jimmy's all over it. He'll be knuckle deep into this thing, and he'll lose his ass.
Knuckle teeth. Okay.
He'll be doodad deep in this fucking thing. I can see it right
With his
now.
dirty.
He'll have his dirty dick beaters all over this thing.
what was it Jessica called those sausage fingers of his trying to work the smartphone? Because you guys were in Delaware or something. It was some kind of like podcast or symposium or something that Jimmy just showed up?
Okay. It was the night that you and Joe and I were recording Brand X.
Right.
And I had to go to this podcasting conference afterwards. And it was you guys, it was one of the, I never remember it. It was a lost episode.
Yeah.
Because everything was fucked up.
I had to beg you to put it back on.
You had to beg me to put it back.
And Jason from Jason and Mindy was like, I don't know why John didn't put it on. It was great.
Yeah. So I bolt out of here and I'm on my way down to actually exit 10 where the Holiday Inn is, because that's where this thing
Swedesboro.
Nice.
That's where I met John.
Right.
On October the 10th. 1987.
So there we go.
To be specific.
Right. So
That's my OCD.
So Jimmy calls me on my way down. I pick up the phone. What's going on? I said, oh, I'm on my way down to this conference that's run by a guy who was a client at Jimmy's. Jimmy worked for this guy, did work for this guy. He goes, oh, yeah, what are you doing? I said, oh, I don't know. There's usually they're hanging out at the bar afterwards. I'm going to go down and talk to everybody that's in the bar. Okay, so here comes the Jimmy. The Jimmy shows up. He comes walking in like the mayor. He comes in like
Like the Monopoly guy, he had the swagger stick, the top hat.
Like the pimp walk in. Like,
so just
did he have his theme song? It's the Jimmy.
He's like the Forrest Gump of things.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, he's going to love hearing this.
So,
oh, dear.
So here we are at the conference, and there's Jessica. And Jessica is she's kind of a bigwig in the podcasting industry.
I know. Yeah, and she's all that in a bag of chips.
Right.
She really is.
So she's sitting next to a guy whose name is Rob Greenling. Now, Rob Greenling was in charge of podcasting for Microsoft. Okay. So he's like this really big guy in there.
So you might have an idea of what he's doing.
So Here comes Jimmy, pulls up a chair,
Jimmy.
sits right like Jessica's networking with Rob Greenling. Jimmy pulls up and says, hi, how you doing? I'm the Jimmy.
Because everyone knows who that is.
And he's trying to work his phone, like they're talking about things, and Jimmy's like, oh, I'll have to look that up. And he's got his iPhone out with his big sausage fingers. And that's not it. That's not it. And Jessica
is transfixed. She's like,
I don't know what I'm looking at right now.
I'm across the room at another table, and I see all this going on, and I'm like, oh my God.
Why is he there? Why is he talking to her?
Right. So I'm sitting there, and Jessica looks at me from across the room and shoots me these eyes like, help. So I got to get up, and I got to go over and corral the Jimmy.
Say goodnight, Jimmy.
Like herding cats.
Like a guy with Down syndrome. I got to kind of push him along.
Wait, let me show you the website that I'm on.
Now everybody's doing a Jimmy voice.
I think it was pretty good.
That was actually an excellent Jimmy voice.
Oh.
So so I got to bring him. And then afterwards, she's telling me, I think we were doing, that's when we were doing Off in the Weeds, the podcast Off in the Weeds. And she says, yeah, your cousin's over there with his big giant sausage fingers.
Trying to work a smartphone.
When they were small, right? It looked like the iPhones were like that big.
He would have the same problem with an iPad. But again, our hands are the same size, but he just is like, it's like an elephant trying to doof, doof.
You're saying that the Jimmy's not graceful.
He just doesn't have any dexterity with his hands.
It's not saying that's not
Poor
the
Jimmy.
Glasses are on. He's looking at the phone like it's a trombone. He's moving it back and forward.
I don't know. If I'm trapped in my car, I'm pretty sure the Jimmy will know how to get me out. I'm going to trust in that.
Jesus.
He'll come in with those big sausage hands of his and like get that.
Oh, yeah.
He'll pull me right out of the wreckage.
It's too funny.
So where he has weakness, the Lord has given him strength in other areas.
I guess. But yeah.
It's the Jimmy.
He's amazing.
Just by how much you have spoken about him, I'm sorry. I have to.
I made him legendary.
Character.
Oh, Jerry
did?
from Bad Cop thought that he was a puka. He thought he was an imaginary character because John would speak of him so often. And then, I don't know if you ever heard Jerry's voice.
No.
So anyway, John from Brand X. breaks out his mythological cousin, the Jimmy. Here he comes with his coffee. Here he comes.
He's like Beetlejuice is saying enough times.
Going to get a coffee.
Yeah, Jerry is like pure Philadelphia mixed with the time he lived in Detroit, Michigan.
Grab a seat, pull it over here, and that microphone's for you. Oh, he's going to use the tall chair.
There's a chair with wheels over there.
That's the busted one.
It's now.
No,
Duchess is in the busted one.
Oh, that's
that's the
cool.
busted one.
It's like a
Yeah, it's John. My son John wrecked the chair.
plop down in it.
Can you push it?
Can you navigate that chair?
I went over and got a Wawa coffee.
This is why we did things. We have the wheel. The Indians didn't.
No, John, I missed
The
it.
Indians,
What?
I said,
they were very Paleolithic.
Get up. Hold on. Shh. Get up on that microphone. Pull that microphone over to you. I don't want to miss a word of this.
So Johnny likes to say that Jimmy doesn't miss a trick.
Hang on.
The
What
Jimmy's
the
mic
fuck
is
does
not
that-
on. Johnny is setting Jimmy up for failure.
Good job, Johnny.
Damn it.
He was just humoring the Jimmy.
Go ahead, talk. I'll get every word.
You think about time?
Shh.
Oh my God.
What are you kidding me? There's
Mm.
what time?
We got nothing but time.
There we go.
Oh my word.
We have a friend that every time somebody said fucker, his answer was, you think we'll have time?
Oh,
All right, Jimmy.
we got to dial him back.
All right, Johnny. Am I on?
Oh,
which
you're
one?
5 by
What,
5
this
now,
one?
Jimmy.
No, we
Oh,
need to dial
boy.
him back.
So Johnny says I don't miss a trick. And I just came in his house the second time and in 20 minutes and saw the steps were back up. I missed it on the first episode.
Look at that. It's
When
been,
did that
it's been a
happen?
crazy day here at the Jamingo podcasting studio.
Yeah. Did that happen this morning?
Did
It
you
has-
Yes.
turn off my board?
Yeah, I told you that.
No.
I said I had to. I said I have to disconnect
No,
your
like
board.
Drax the Destroyer. I was thinking of something else.
So, has anybody here ever been shot at for real?
No,
No,
For real or in
Yeah.
drills?
No, for real. Real
For
bullets
reals.
No,
live.
not
Somebody's
for real now.
somebody
Have
actually
you?
aimed.
Mike Service Writer is
That's a nice icebreaker.
Date-
So, has anybody ever been
Tell me.
shot at? You
dating some woman, ex-husband, who's been trying to get at him and insulted her at a Christmas party, and he went over to straighten it out. But the friend came out of the house with a loaded 45 and piled off 4 shots at him.
Oh,
all right, hold on.
And missed?
Yeah.
Lucky for him.
like did he aim like specifically or
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of,
He blew out a window, the tires in his car, and he was on the wrong side of the car. He couldn't get in. I said, man, I would have been in that thing, floor pedal to metal.
All right, let's back this up. All right, so this has something to do with your brother Mike.
His service writer
All right, so Mike's service writer.
goes over to the girlfriend's ex-husband's house where he's living and his
All right,
friend.
so Mike's service writer goes to his girlfriend's ex-husband's house
Yeah.
because
I can't
He
believe
insulted her at a Christmas party and really worked her over, and he was going to go and straighten it out.
so the husband,
The husband didn't pull out the gun.
The
so the
ex.
husband worked
Roommate.
over his ex-wife at a Christmas party,
Yeah, and he was
physically or just like made up stories,
verbally. Yeah.
Just called her a
See you next Tuesday.
okay,
Can't understand normal thinking. You know.
right? Okay, so he called her
So a
cunt.
winner.
Yeah.
And then, so the boyfriend decides to take a 45 over there.
No. The
Oh,
owner of the
the-
house.
Oh, okay. The owner of the house, which is the ex-husband.
Is this story
Friend.
getting more complicated
Yeah,
by the moment?
Friend.
I
This
need
is why
a
had-
flow chart.
Yeah, slow down. Yeah.
So the friend of who? The ex-husband? or
yes, the friend of the ex-husband.
Who's on first?
Yeah.
The friend of the ex-husband comes out with a gun
Yep.
and starts shooting at your Mike service
right.
writers
Yep. Service writer.
Service
That's it.
writer.
That's it.
Okay.
4 times.
When suddenly a rabbi emerges from a bar,
So he's hiding behind.
Why not? Why
He's hiding
not?
behind a tire and the engine block because he fears that'll stop it.
Right.
And then he hears
that
the guy.
always works.
He said the guy starts getting closer,
And,
and he was counting bullets. He knew it was a revolver. He was hoping he pulled off 6, but he didn't. He only pulled off 4. So that means he's got 2 left if he's fully loaded.
okay.
So you have to ask
And
yourself.
he was getting. Yeah, you got to ask yourself: did I fire 5 or did I
You
fire
feel
6?
lucky,
Yeah.
punk.
So he decided it was time to
I'm
make
so
a
glad
run
I
for it.
didn't.
If the guy couldn't hit him, just go into his car. He's never going to hit him running. So he runs into the woods and works his way to a neighbor's house who calls the police.
And when did this happen?
Sunday.
Okay.
And that work.
I said, "What's it like to get shot?" And he goes, "It ain't good."
No, it's not fun.
Yeah.
I can imagine that's
He
not a
said
good
the
time.
bullets were whizzing by him.
He could hear him go by?
Yeah.
That's scary.
I've heard that. from people.
Yeah. Oh, I've had it happen. Here we go, deer hunting. And it's how competitive it is. One of our friends.
Well, you guys did full contact deer hunting.
He saw a bunch of deer cross the road where we were, and I know he knows we were in there. He pulled over and just started shooting.
Oh my God.
And bullets were at the baseball diamond up in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know where you're at.
Yeah.
Is that near the Quaker town when you guys were up around there?
I was
hit the dirt.
Yeah, I remember one time I was deer hunting. I was on state game lands, and a bunch of deer had run through, and I couldn't really see. They were behind and also I heard shots, and then all I could hear was I could hear the shots coming through the
woods,
the leaves. I could hear them. It just sounds.
Are we talking rifle or shotgun?
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Buckshot though. Still,
Well,
that would hurt.
nobody wants to get hit.
Yeah.
Why don't we play
Not
paintball? And that was like it's just getting shot at with paintballs. You're like, oh, this is
Fuckers
real.
hurt. I mean, they're solid.
Mm-hmm.
We
Neighbors
went
behind us
We
with
went
kids would play.
paintballing one time. It was me and my brother Joe and John and my cousin, and that's when we were all lean and mean and went to the ravine and we were playing paintball, and like all of a sudden we were like barricaded somewhere, and John came like crashing through the underbrush. And one guy, is that guy on our side? And he was, because John was hidden so long and so well that he just emerged and he annihilated everybody.
Was it Eric called you a big angry bear?
Hey, is that guy on our side?
Isn't that when I got the John Buchanan Man of Action?
That's it. We were so keyed up. When did you ever play paintball?
No, I've watched.
It's really, really neat. But the thing is, you're so amped up on adrenaline after playing like a whole day. We're driving home and someone just happened to like honk their horn, and we're all like, "Who is that? Who's that motherfucker?" Like we want to
go
kick
shoot
their
him.
ass. There's a carload of 4 dudes, and we're all amped up on like adrenaline, and someone honked their
shot at
horn.
each other for
We're ready
hours.
to go kick their ass. Let's get them.
I never played, but I have friends that did, and they said it's kind of weird aiming at your friend, even though you know it's a paintball gun.
Yeah.
Well, now it's completely different because when we were doing it, they had come with the fully automatic paintball guns, and that took the fun out of it because it was like he who has the most money was winning.
All right.
Okay, but back when it was all
Spray.
semi-automatic, it was kind of an equal playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it was like more skill level involved.
Yeah,
Then-
I'm not going to lie. When I first had to draw on somebody, I had an uneasy feeling, like taking the gun and actually aiming at a human. That went away quick.
Once you get shot, you're like,
once they're
fuck
shooting
them.
back at
Yeah,
you,
once
it's
you
like,
Oh, sorry, dude. Wait, what?
game on.
He was shooting at me.
We the one time you're supposed to touch someone if you're
Too
close
close.
because it hurts. It really, really hurts. I mean, it'll raise a welt.
Yeah, it's like 8 feet or less. You just go bang, bang, and that's it.
And I touched somebody because I had camouflage
Yeah,
on.
like you're
so
it.
he's walking by me, so I touched him. He turned around and shot me in the thigh, and I was like,
Did you punch him in the face?
On him?
I hit him like 4 times in the chest. I was motherfucker.
I was
How do
being
you
nice,
like it?
God damn it.
How do you like it?
Yeah. John's playing by the rules.
See what
Were you
happens
there
when
the
you play by
time-
the rules?
Yeah.
I only went once.
Okay, I don't know if you were at this. There was a dude there, and he was wearing a black ninja suit.
Yeah.
Not camo.
He pulled up he had a whole fucking,
Like Kato from the Pink Panther?
he had a trailer.
Right.
He pulled up, remember him? He pulled up in a trailer. He had a knife on him.
He had a hatchet.
Yeah.
Oh my
And we
God.
asked him, he had like a tomahawk hatchet strapped at his sight on his side. And we asked him, like, well, what's the hatchet for? And he said, with a straight face, serious as a heart attack, in case I get backed up in the brush, I can hack myself out. And another guy that was there playing with us was like, dude, why don't you just join the fucking army? This is fucking paintball. This is supposed to be fun.
He was so into it.
Way too Indian.
And he said, here, we're out in the woods.
Vision if he's caught in a bear trap or something, he just hack his leg off.
yeah, like, oh, there's guys with paintball guns have me trapped. I'm gonna hack my way
Chop
out
out.
instead of just playing the game. Like it's a
Get to
real
come back.
like it's a real life or death situation. It was
Holy shit.
So we get there and they go over the rules. And the guy says, now remember, there are deer in the area. So be friendly if you see a deer. And do you remember what I said?
Oh, no.
I said, I better not see one. It'll look like the Partridge Family bus.
Poor Bambi.
I didn't see one. I
That's
didn't see
John's deer.
it. First of all, the way I go crashing through
It's
the
like
woods,
the
there's no way
rainbow
to,
deer.
there's no way there's a fucking deer anywhere.
Well, I never did it, but I have friends that did it, and they thought they were badasses. So there was a team there. It was all ex-military, and they were into it. They would climb up trees and hang down upside down, and they wiped them out in like 7 minutes.
That's too
crazy.
much.
Yeah, they thought they were all bad.
That takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, they had.
I would think.
I remember
Fancy.
I'm behind a tree, and I see this one guy, and he's walking, and I take a shot, and I miss him. I'm like, fuck. I miss him. So he gets behind a tree, and I'm sitting there, and I'm lining because I said he's going to stick his head out. So I'm like, he'll be right about there. So as soon as I see his head start to come out, I go, poof, and you can watch the ball.
You can see it coming.
You can see it going, and all of a sudden the guy goes like this. He sticks his head out, and all of a sudden you see, it hits him right between the eyes. He's like, "Oh man,
That wasn't in the rules. I thought you weren't supposed to do
you're not supposed
headshots.
to shoot him in the face."
But
Did he have a
rules
mask?
of engagement.
He,
tell you
he
to
dropped his head.
hit center mass of target presented. So bravo,
Yeah.
bravo.
That's some skill, I'm saying.
That you're in it to win it. That's the way it goes.
That's what that's what I think. All right, so listen, Jimmy, I just looked up your thing about the
Omega.
Omega. It seems like a scam.
Okay.
It doesn't look like I wouldn't.
Sounds like a grift.
Yeah.
I would not put anything.
Money into it.
Yeah, I would not put any money into it.
Keep your 1,000.
Yep.
Yeah, keep your grand.
You missed the window. You missed the Apple, and you missed the.
Right. If somebody's coming up to you with a stock tip that says it's bigger than Apple and you should put this money in it and all, they wouldn't tell. If it was really that, they wouldn't tell you.
They wouldn't spread. Yeah,
They would not tell
they
you.
wouldn't tell you. They'd be telling their uncle,
Yeah, they're a media family.
you know, their father, their mother. Hey, listen.
I agree with you 100% there.
Yeah, the only stock tip I ever got was in college. The professor of investment analysis said Chrysler and International Harvester are going out. The government's not going to let them go out. Too many employees. He said, if you don't have any money, sell your car and invest in Chrysler International Harvester. You'll never be upset, or you'll make so much money. It's not funny. I came home, told my dad he had Texaco Mobile. I said, sell some of that and buy it. What happened? Chrysler went from $1 one day to 38 the next.
Yeah, Lee Iacocca bought that company.
Yep.
Yeah, and when he turned it around, government bought all Chryslers.
He made a believer out of me. I bought 2 back-to-back Dodge Daytonas, that 85 and that 86.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then when I got to choose company cars, we had a choice. I always went with the Chrysler minivans because they really invented that segment.
They did.
You know, it was
Yeah.
now they're then all of a sudden a memo went out that if you had a minivan, you were a geek, and it destroyed the whole industry. Like for 10 years, like minivans ruled the world.
Before SUVs.
Then all of
were
a sudden it was like, oh no, you got to have a crossover. You're a fucking pussy if you have a minivan. Like,
Right.
okay.
Well, my
that.
sister had 2 of them brand
wouldn't
new,
drive 'em.
and she ran the
Hated
shit out of
them.
them.
Hated them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to have them. We
You had a lot of kids.
Well,
you had a lot of,
you
you had a lot
didn't
of body.
I sold him his one minivan.
I was going to say, you didn't have it. Kathy did.
I sold you that 2004 Warner Brothers edition Chevy Venture.
Right.
Come with like Looney
With the
Tunes.
DVD, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It did. It had it had a
Had it all.
DVD system installed in it to keep them occupied.
So he paid the rent with you that one.
She fucking destroyed that vehicle. It was
She did, or
horrible.
the 5 kids in it.
We were driving it home. We bought it brand new. Bring all the kids, put them in the car, come home. My daughter, we're about a block from the house. She throws up in it.
Oh.
Heaves. Right.
She anointed the
Baptized.
chamber.
I was like, son of a bitch.
Usually they wait at least a week or so before you get it right.
It was a burgundy color. It was a nice looking. They were nice. They
my
were
dad
pretty.
had one like in 1985, 6 with the wood panel, with the wood grain.
Oh, like the
Idiots.
Yeah, with the it just had the one sliding door, and he would just my parents were divorced. We were older, but he would shuttle us around all the time. So there's always kids in the car before you had to wear seatbelts. So there's tons of kids in the car, and he would just drive us all over the place wherever. So we had a carload of people.
Yeah, 3-row seating. It was like 7 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
And a
you got
couple
the
on the
optional
floor.
captain's chairs, and then it was all.
Oh yeah, my dad couldn't swing that, so we had the 2 bench seats, but
Yeah.
they were so heavy. I remember him taking them out,
bitches out.
and
Yeah.
they were so heavy.
Did you ever drop one on your foot?
No,
Not fun.
No,
So,
no.
Yeah, we had them as company cars. It was like,
I bought a Nissan Quest, I got to admit.
the Quest.
Yeah. But that was a cool one.
Well, you
Gray,
can say that.
charcoal gray.
I don't remember it, but
Yeah, my daughter had a bunch of friends.
What was Honda's for? The Sienna.
I was always driving them around, and
You got to put them in something.
Yeah.
I mean, you got tons of kids. You got to move them around.
Yeah.
And that's the cheapest way to do
The
it.
big thing was when Chrysler came out with the, I had a 2006 Chrysler Town and Country, and they came out with that Stow and Go seating, so they just folded completely into the floor.
That was super
You
cool.
didn't have to hump them out and put them in your shed if you wanted to pick up 4x4 sheets of plywood or something. It was great. They were phenomenal.
That was very innovative, I thought, because that's the only way you could use the minivans for anything other than transporting people was to take those goddamn
because
seats out.
they realized, like, hey, you know, women buy these things, but they can't necessarily like pick out these chairs and hump them out. You know,
so heavy.
they were like, you hurt
ahead.
yourself.
They were just awful.
John's studying.
And then eventually they don't fold right. They jam
No.
up.
Nah. full of Cheerios and God knows what else.
And French fries.
Yes.
McDonald's French fries.
Always French fries. That was the cheapest stop to shut them up.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah, well, we had to get a Happy Meals because you couldn't just get
No.
hamburgers.
Yeah.
You had
Everybody
to get
has
Happy.
to have their own meal.
Everybody had to have their own meal.
But you can buy a Happy Meal for like $3.
I understand it, but there was fucking toys all over the place
Well,
at the house.
That's why they're called Happy Meals.
Yeah.
Not for the parents.
Well, not
of
for
junk,
you.
Chinese junk.
well, you were happy while they were quiet. So that's the whole thing. And some of the toys were cool. They had cute little toys in there.
So speaking of conspiracy theories,
Okay.
Left turn.
What do you want to be disproved on wrong now?
Is it Buzz Aldrin?
Whoa.
Now that I've disabused you on the Buzz
New
Aldrin.
Christmas
Yes, that was fun.
Jimmy just found out that Jimmy just saw the Christmas tree.
tree. Yeah.
Oh, you should hang it upside down, like that upside down flag.
Oh my God, the Eagles game last night.
Yeah, make me sick. I stayed up to watch it.
Yeah, it was a sad
Not
game.
me.
You already probably talked about that, right?
No,
No,
we
we have
didn't.
not. I've been
We
trying.
glossed over it because we want to keep
They're
John's
both
blood
sad.
pressure down.
Well, you had a
The
few
thing
drinks.
that bothers me the most is that now everybody in Philadelphia is panicked. And to me, the thing about the Philadelphia Eagles, did I do it again? Same one?
Which
Yeah,
one?
he already called that one.
Yeah.
You gotta come up with new ones.
I'm sorry. I didn't make the game. I'm just a player. That everybody in Philadelphia now is panicking over this. And to me, it's a simple fix. First of all, the game last night was blown by the coach and the quarterback. And this is why I say that. The coach should have never let the quarterback play because the quarterback was not feeling
he was so sick.
I'm going to call an audible on this.
okay.
And I'm going to say, I say that to say this counts for that last statement that he just made.
Well, that's a shame you said because I was just about ready to say I say that to say this.
Good.
I'm calling an
He knew
audible
it.
on this one.
I'm good with that.
Okay. They're playing Jamingo Bingo. So all my
Oh,
crutch
John's
phrases.
little-
How close
phrases.
am I?
I'm one away.
I'm two away. I'm two away.
So
Jamingo Bingo.
so Jamingo. That's the name of the episode, Jamingo
Jamingo
Bingo.
Bingo,
Let me write that
absolutely.
down.
I say we patent this bitch.
I think we are.
I think we could sell these. I really do.
Yeah.
If you make it, we could do a bigger bingo board.
I mean,
You do another row.
I just did this real quick on Excel just to like.
Excel's awesome. We do so much shit
So
in
let me
Excel.
get back to the Eagles game.
Sorry.
So the coach should have never let the quarterback play. He was now. Here's the thing about the quarterback. I love the fact that he just has. There's no quitting this man, and he'll go out there and play. But he couldn't throw the long ball. He was not accurate.
Interceptions. Yeah.
And he tried his hard. Listen, the man played his ass off. He played his heart out. I get it, but I don't think he would have been. I don't think he was as good as the backup would have been in that situation. Secondly, the coach. Why are we slinging this ball all over the place? Why aren't we dinking and dunking and just taking what they're giving us? We were driving down the field. There's no reason with the talent that's on that offense that they're not scoring at least 30 points a game. And they have not scored 20 points in the past 3. So that's number 2. And the defense. The defense sucks. There's not as far as the front line, okay, they're good, but they're not getting home to get to the quarterback. And the secondary is horrific. Horrific. To let that, with a minute and I forget how much it was under 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They let them drive with a backup quarterback all the way down the field and score a touchdown.
They did.
Yep.
Somebody should be fired over that. And
Who's
that
your coordinator? Who's the offensive coordinator?
They
Defense.
switched them. And
That new guy looks like he belongs on a no-fly list.
He does. I forget what his name is. We call him Pencil.
I think
because he
his
always had
name
a
is
pencil in his hand.
Allahu Akbar. Because
And Aziz, or what, I don't know what his name is.
I don't know what to say.
And the fact that they're still throwing that ball to that guy, Quez Watkins, I would have said, here, Quez, here's some money. Find your way home. Clean out your locker when you get there.
From Seattle?
Yes. They throw the ball to him. He can't even fight for the thing. He's just like, and walks, and the guy
like
intercepts the ball.
Pinkston?
Yeah. He Todd Pinkston it. And then they get an interception. It's ridiculous. And then they need 14 yards to get a field goal for to tie it up. And the guy, the running back, who's the safety valve, is wide open. If they would have thrown the ball to him, he could have ran for at least 20, maybe 25 yards.
And then a chip shot field goal.
He slings the ball into double coverage and gets intercepted with 28 seconds to go. It was just an epic fail.
That was just terrible to watch.
And then we get a gift by the Buffalo Bills destroying the Dallas Cowboys. By the way, was a fantastic game to watch.
Now we're a fair weather Buffalo Bills fan.
I'm always a fan of the Eagles and whoever's playing the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of whoever's playing the Giants and the Eagles.
Yeah, see?
Oh, was it the Eagles be playing the Giants? What is it, Giants?
And they should
somebody
win
in
both
the Giants
games, but I know the Eagles
Giants,
are
Cards,
split.
Giants, I think.
Right, and they should win all 3 games.
They should.
But I know they're going to split with the fucking Giants.
I'm telling you something right now. I don't believe they're going to win another game this season.
Tommy Cutlets?
Tommy Cutlets. I think Tommy Cutlets is going to beat them 2 times, and I bet you that guy from Arizona is going to beat them too. They could lose out.
That's Kyler, right? Kyler.
No, Joe Gannon, his name is the coach of the.
Oh, you think the coach?
Coach is Gannon.
Thinking the quarterback,
who was the defensive coordinator
for the Eagles.
And he was supposed to be the defensive coordinator for the Eagles this year. And after that debacle at the Super Bowl, they said, you better take that interview because you're not going to be the defensive coordinator here.
We're good with that.
He was interviewing the week of the Super Bowl, which is not.
Well, you're not allowed to, but they said go ahead and do it because you.
Yeah, you can just go.
Just go. Yeah, so that's that.
Who was the old defensive coordinator? Brown? The Eagles.
He's working for Cleveland now.
No. The guy that died of cancer.
Oh, Jim Johnson.
Yeah, he was epic. Like
best defensive coordinator I've ever seen. And we had Ben Carson, who was really good.
Dr. Ben Carson?
Yeah, I was
Dr. Ben
the
guy in charge of he's so brilliant.
Not only can he be the HUD director, but he can also coach the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
He's a Surgeon General, wasn't he? Or no, never made that.
Director of HUD.
HUD.
Yeah.
They were trying to put him Surgeon General.
He was a doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the more he talked, I was like, oh no. I was kind of for him until the debates really started pulling more info out of him. And
they kind of shunned him. They pushed him off. They wouldn't ask him any questions, and he'd be like, "I'm just the one time said I'm waiting for someone to ask me a question."
I actually liked him.
Liked him.
Put that down in the notes
for a a little bit, and then I think there was some
Show
answers.
Notes, Jimmy liked Dr. Ben Johnson.
Carson.
Dr. Ben Carson.
I would have voted for him.
No, you wouldn't. He's black.
Oh, come on.
Oh, jeez.
Really, man?
Yeah, you got to go there.
It's Christmas.
Telling you.
Oh, I forgot who I was talking to. Ebenezer Scrooge over there.
It's true.
Was a present to open on the air before.
Oh, why don't we do that now?
You could do that.
So the Duchess gave me a Christmas present.
A gift, as Herb would say.
A gift.
He just died.
Herb died?
90 years old. I told you he was too evil to die. He made it to 90. 35 years without with just one kidney. That goes to show you how evil he was.
Who are we talking about?
My ex-boss. And my wife's ex-boss.
Oh, I think I remember. Okay, I remember.
Let me tell you about this.
Is he the one with something about the chairs?
Yeah, he wanted me to steal chairs for him.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah.
And my wife feels bad. Like, what? You forget all the nasty shit he tried to do to break us up while we were dating, and that goes out the window.
Oh, Duchess, thank you.
It's like George Carlin said: people say the nicest things about you after you're gone.
Yeah, I just saw him on the internet last night.
When he was alive.
Poor Bill.
He was doing an interview.
You might need scissors to pop open the top, like once you open that.
All righty. I don't know if I have scissors. Jeez.
It's Scotch tape, so you should be able to.
I was going to say,
I didn't like packing tape it shut or anything.
Remember Grandmom used to...
Save the paper, flatten it out.
He knew it without any prompting.
That's a Depression era. My grandparents.
Look, I actually
did the
wrapped it.
same
I didn't
thing.
use a gift bag or anything.
There we go. There's one. There's two.
There's two.
All right, here we go. Opening it up now.
I don't know if you'll get it.
What,
but
no
you might.
drum roll?
No, I don't have a drum
It's all
roll.
good.
Uh-oh. It's some kind of
Now,
picture.
see, if you had not turned off my soundboard, I'd have a drum roll for you. But the Jimmy's here.
Blame the Jimmy.
Blame the Jimmy.
Hit the bell twice. That's good enough.
There you go.
Oh, no. I saw Poop Scoop.
You did.
So this is... Are you kidding me?
Nope.
How did you get this?
I bought it.
So you bought a Poop Scoop Stay Safe from Doug
Yes, I did.
from the Who's Right podcast?
From the Who's Right podcast. And if you notice, it's autographed.
I noticed it's autographed.
And there's
And
a little
It
stand.
comes with a little stand.
It comes with a little stand. So I expect that to be prominently featured. And then you can shout it out to
I'm
Doug.
taking a picture of this immediately, sending it
Absolutely.
to Doug.
Send it to Doug.
Hang on one second. Let's see if this works.
What, your phone?
Yes.
It's been dinging the whole.
Hang on a second.
I saw, so because I now follow them and listen to
Right.
them, he has been selling stuff through, well, there's Who's Right merch, and then Doug has been selling his own merch through his own little shop. So
He is.
so I saw that go up, and I looked at it, and I'm like, what the hell would I want that for? And I immediately thought of you because I know you're a fan, you like Doug, and I was like, I'm gonna
he
get
hates
that.
Anthony.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't hate it.
doesn't he? He's had Anthony on the Rubberneckers. The Rubberneckers.
I just say that to get a rise out of John, and it works every single time. I don't hate him.
You might have to shut your flash off, but
No, I got it.
okay.
Hang on.
So I bought it because John had made, or Doug had made like 20 of them and put it up, and he goes, "Hey, I've got some stuff
Are
up."
they numbered like 1 of 20, 2 of 20?
Well, I guess limited edition.
That would be
type
awesome if
thing.
they were.
I don't know if he numbered them, but I grabbed one of them. I thought that was, I just got a hoot. It was just funny, and I was like, I'm gonna give this to John because I knew he'd get a hoot out of it. So, I mean, I don't know if I quite understand the whole poop scoop thing, but I'll need that explained one day. But
I think that comes from
Trying to remember where Poop Scoop comes from.
it comes from the shout outs, I believe.
Yeah, I think it does
The-
too.
because they say it all the time.
Yeah, it's,
And
I
I've just
think it
only
started with
recently
the
started
shout
listening.
outs to their audience and Patreon.
Right.
I think
Okay.
from their Patreon.
Because that's what they say. Everybody goes, "Oh, poop scoop," and he's a poop scoop. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it became like a password.
I got you. Like Kabooby or whatever.
I used
Howard
to.
Stern would say or something.
Yeah, I was.
So I just texted the Doug. I said, "Look what I got for Christmas." Thank you. A Poop Scoop photo.
So I thought you would get a hoot out.
That's going right up on the wall here.
Excellent.
That's
Excellent.
definitely going up on the wall.
Well, Doug would be thrilled with that.
He don't
so.
give a shit.
Nah,
Well, obviously he sold them, so I mean they sold out pretty quickly.
that's what Doug
Oh,
cares
man.
about.
All right, you know what, Duchess? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I do have a gift for you. I didn't wrap it.
No, you,
No, I have a gift for you. Hang on one second. This is, you can't get these. This is a limited edition. Hang on one second.
Sounds like bullshit.
I gotta give her something now. That was not. You don't have to do that.
No, I want to.
Sounds like
Jimmy,
regifting.
hand these to Duchess. These are for you.
Oh my God, are those the poker chips?
Podcast poker chip.
Get out!
They're yours.
Oh, stop!
Take them.
Oh,
Oh, drop one. I'll get
well,
it.
now they're no longer limited.
It's a
Lord.
Who's Right miracle.
Oh, it's a Who's Right. It's a Who's Right Christmas. Oh my God! Warning: I will offend you. Yes, you
Well,
will.
thanks for making me feel left out, guys. Sitting here with
I was
me and
going.
Jimmy
I
are
was
sitting
actually
here with
going
no
to
gift.
bring you. No, I was going to bring you
Well,
liquor.
don't you like it when somebody comes in and gifts you and you don't have anything to give them back?
You did
It's-
not have to do that.
I understand that. But here's the thing.
But here's
You're-
the thing, his famous quote.
Oh,
That-
did he? Is that here's the thing?
Oh, yeah.
Did he say that?
I did say here's
God
the thing.
dang it! He
Say it
said it
already?
like 600 times.
Sorry.
He already said it. We marked it off.
I was going to sell those poker chips and somebody offered $100
You should sell
for those.
them.
No. Hang on a second. Those poker chips you
I
cannot get. They are a collector's item from the Who's Right podcast. Doug sent them to me back when he was a nobody. And he sent me those 4 poker chips, and I've kept them for this whole time. That's a complete set of Who's Right poker chips. You can't get them anymore.
That's so awesome. Thank you. You did not
And
have to do that.
they are collector's.
Thank you.
So you can find some dope over on his
Evidently, there's
over
two
on his
values
Discord.
because this is gray and these are.
Black. Yep. Read black.
He sent them to me.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, John.
You're quite welcome. I forgot because I have them.
And me,
today.
boss?
Huh?
That me, boss?
I don't have. I'm sorry, I don't have anything else.
I was actually going to bring you a bottle, but I didn't
You'll
know
get nothing
how
like
you would,
it.
how you would
Spalding.
take to that. So,
I feel bad now.
Oh, I didn't expect anything. Yeah.
I didn't expect anything either, but since I got
well,
that,
I
that's such a
didn't.
cool gift.
I did not tell you because I wanted you to be surprised because I thought it would
I am
be.
very surprised.
Supplies. Where's that damn Chinaman? Supplies. I'm sorry, we're not allowed to tell jokes like that anymore.
Well, you can.
You can, but
I do.
Yes, you do.
If you know the punchline to the joke.
And then after that, I usually hit it with one of these.
Oh my god. That'd be good if poor Jimmy could hear what that was.
Yeah, I know. Jerry from the Bad Cop podcast one time says, "Hey, you do sound effects, don't you?" I said, yeah. He says, "I need an Asian thing, like a da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can you get me one of them?" I said, "Yeah, hang on for a second." So then I went and looked and found it and then put the gong on the end of it. And I said, "How about this?" And they said it to me, he goes, "That's perfect."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
Exactly what I wanted.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yahoo Sports. Eagles defense gives up game-winning drive. I'll just close that.
this fucking.
Sorry, I can't critique anything. My Steelers look like ass. So
Yeah. And they,
Worse
how many
than
they
ass.
lost to 2-10 teams?
in a row.
Well, we lost to the Bills. I mean, to the Jets.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Lost to the Jets.
I hate to say this, but I'm not 100% sure that now that betting is involved in this, that now that there's betting involved and it's legal betting.
I think everyone's involved in fantasy football. That's why the games are all fucked up.
Ugh.
That's
I totally
true.
screwed this.
We're
I think
doing
the
that
refs were involved in fantasy football. I think the teams were involved.
It's bad.
So we have the Boomer Bunker Fantasy Football League.
Oh, I was like, did you just set that off?
I guess.
Oh.
Or Dungeons and Dragons for sports freaks.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm a real coach.
There's nothing wrong.
And
I am a real coach.
I'm a real
so Duchess is in the championship game. I didn't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I'm first place.
All right. So yeah, but you just got beat by
By fucking Lisa.
well, it's not yet because it's 2 weeks. So it's the total of
Oh,
two
good.
2 weeks.
You know what? I totally dropped the ball on Sunday and did not adjust for Tyreek Hill not playing.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You left them in?
I left him in.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
even
terrible.
realize he wasn't out officially until Sunday,
Oh.
but I was distracted by going out Christmas shopping and this and that and the other. And then the game started, and then I sat down to look at it, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm fucked," because I couldn't even change him out. So and my bench is not great because everybody's all beat up and injured. It's not been good.
Love didn't know he was playing until he got to the stadium.
I'm
That's what he said.
not surprised. It's just.
Yeah.
So, but
John,
overall, I'm still.
Can you do me a favor?
still
Put your
one.
finger up like this again. You just had your finger up. Anybody notice anything?
It's bent. Is that what you're talking about?
Anybody?
He's
Put them
not-
all up.
What?
Your finger looks so short. I was going to call you Donald Trump when you had one up.
How dare you?
Oh,
Jamingo Bingo!
Uh,
Thank you,
Duchess
Jimmy.
wins. Duchess-
First of all, I wear a size 14 ring.
Oh my
Hey.
God, a 14 ring.
Yeah.
That doesn't do anything for the length. That's the thickness. That's the girth.
So I have short sausage fingers. What do you want from me?
I will now give you an unsullied Jamingo Bingo board for the show art.
I'm going to keep playing, see if I can get like a
Yeah, I
different
want to see
bingo.
how many more we get through.
Here we go.
Oh,
So-
I'm so excited you said that. How dare you? I was like, yeah.
Give me the quick rules. What are they?
Basically,
I
it's
needed
all
look.
catchphrases.
Oh.
And Deuce made a bingo board and scattered them up.
I needed look, and I'm going to tell you.
Let me tell you. Yeah, I'm going to tell
I'm
you.
going to tell you.
Yeah, I need. I'm just.
You missed
I'm
one
just
because
telling-
I said I love Bob, but I did say that.
You didn't.
No, you
say
never
it
said specifically,
like.
I love Bob, but
You didn't say I love Bob.
because we were both sitting here like this
I know.
waiting.
Like, the best part is we were just
'Cause
looking
I
at
didn't
John
mark
talk,
off I love Bob
and as
either.
it's going on, like
What
he
you
says
called
it,
off
and we
for,
both
if you
go
want to know.
at the same time.
You said, how dare you? So, to be completely honest,
To me,
here's the thing. You say that. I say that to say this.
Mhm.
To me,
Yep.
and again, blah, 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 blah.
The ones that are still on here that are. Can you imagine? That's not it. Hey, you do you. I'm just telling you. If you ask me, and I'm going to tell you, to me,
of course,
In
the
all
favorite.
honesty,
The favorite. Go fuck yourself.
right, and land the plane.
yeah.
Land the
what?
plane.
You just say, like, because if you say something that John disagrees, you get, what? You're going to tell me?
What? Buzz Aldrin just could have put his hand on the Bible.
I think you were in the bathroom when that came up.
I need a deep.
Oh, he took him down.
I
He
need
took
to
him
look,
town.
and I'm going to tell you.
Ah,
I-
Jamingo Bingo! She's so excited.
As soon as he said, "How dare you?" I'm like, "Woo! I win!
Everyone's on
It's
edge.
ladies' night."
If you ever notice anything, fuck you with my.
Oh my goodness!
Jesus.
So we've turned it into a drinking game. We've turned it into bingo.
Bingo.
If I could turn it into chess,
Jamingo
Oh my God,
Bingo.
Jamingo chessboard. Can you imagine? We got to figure that out.
Now, did you mix these up?
oh yeah,
Yeah, they're
I made
random.
4 different boards because Diane was going to come, and Jimmy was threatening to come. So I was like, all right, well, I'll make 4 boards up,
I think if
and
you-
all 4 boards are different.
there's a place where you can go on the interwebs, and it says it'll make bingo cards,
Yes.
and you
Really?
put the phrases in.
And I fucking did this myself on an Excel spreadsheet.
And you can print them
Yeah,
out.
but then I got the angry Jamingo face
That's
icon.
right.
on
That is
it.
true.
Look at how big he made this cell just for this. I know what your pain was making these.
Good God.
That is too
Oh my
fun.
goodness! Oh, I'm so excited.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! I
That's my
got
gift
poker
to you.
chips. I won Jamingo Bingo. Glasses of wine. Life is good.
Ugh.
Old fashioned.
Oh, shit.
It's all good.
Jackknife.
Oh my God, that jackknife was rough.
All right. Well, I think we've done it all. I think we've said it all.
Oh, that's another one for this board.
Well, I never count.
Oh, that's true because that's the end.
right.
That's all.
We've talked about the Eagles lost. Deuce and Duchess gave me podcasting advice that I needed that you'll never hear because I have to take it out of here now.
Absolutely.
And Jimmy came in here and insulted my hand. We played a new
For the
game.
win for me.
Yes.
Played a new game that Deuce started called Jamingo Bingo. And you know that the bunker dwellers are going to love Jamingo Bingo.
They are.
So that's going to be fun.
Oh my God, I'm going to take a picture of this and I can't do anything with it until you put this out.
Patent pending.
Yeah. I'm going to put a TM in a circle here.
All right. I will work on this thing together. Since I don't have any other podcast, what is today?
Tuesday.
Okay.
The 19th.
All right. I promise this will be up by Thursday. How's that?
Really?
It'll be
That's a
up by
lot.
Thursday.
You have to take out a lot of
You say
last
that,
names.
but
Usually when I say something like this, it means that it's
Another week.
no. Usually when I say this, I did it. Okay. Deuce, are you ready to do some podcast shout outs?
no.
No, because you took off his
Oh, he doesn't what?
well, he can't get into his laptop.
Oh, yes, he doesn't need
the
that.
soundboard. I'm sorry.
It doesn't need a soundboard for
I'm
podcast shout
sorry.
outs.
I'm sorry. I've had a few drinks.
Hey,
You
they're
got it?
good for you.
I don't know about that.
I had the other notes open with all the topics we were going to get to, and
But
we
never got
did.
to.
We
So-
never talked about one of them.
That's the magic of the Brand X podcast.
All
We
right.
start this way.
If you are looking for some other great independent podcasts to check out, we highly recommend these podcasts. The Jason and Mindy podcast with Jason and Mindy. Merry Christmas, Jason and Mindy.
The Fine Whining Podcast with Mike Cheese and former rubbernecker Devin, if he's still alive. Does anybody know if Devin's alive?
I have not heard from Devin.
We have no idea.
I haven't heard from Cheese or Mike either, so.
Okay.
Told me.
Who's right with Doug and Anthony? Merry Christmas, Doug and Anthony.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. I am, God damn it, I do it every time. Am I canceled with Edward? He still says Josh, even though there was a Josh sighting last night on the Boomer Bunker.
There was.
Like Bigfoot?
Yes.
Yes.
He was
I'm
in the
drinking
chat.
a toast to him right now with my Josh.
And he's not on the show anymore. I'm just going to say that right now.
He's been cast out like Lucifer?
I'm just going to say this. Edward has been going through a bunch of... I'm just going to say this. Edward has been going through a bunch of personal shit right now.
There's a lot.
And there was a lot. And he is going to come back, and I'm going to be on this episode where he's coming back, and we could talk about everything that went on and why he hasn't been podcasting, which is a pretty amazing story. And I've got questions.
Oh, I can't wait to hear
I can't
this.
wait for that episode. I am so
Did you already
excited.
record it?
No. We have to record it. I don't want to give any spoilers at all.
Okay.
But this episode is going to be fucking epic. I can't wait for it.
Epic. Okay.
The Unwritable Rant with Juliet Miranda and Dave the producer. Merry Christmas, Juliet and Dave the producer.
I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam. And Lisa is in the Boomer Bunker Fantasy Football League. And right now she is playing the Duchess for first place. And she's beating the Duchess handily, to be quite honest with you.
Well, as of now.
Right. Be honest with you.
You like a lot of honesty. The Po Boys podcast with that motherfucker Jody B. Merry Christmas, motherfucker Jody B.
Love that Jody B.
And the podcast I take more shit about for being a fan, the Steel Toe Morning Show with Aaron, Johnny, and April.
The Boomer Bunker with Deuce's favorite podcast for Boomer Bob, the Duchess, and some dude John. Merry Christmas, Boomer Bob and Duchess.
Oh my God.
I was waiting the whole time just to get to that one.
Brilliant Observations with Melissa and Amy.
Wheelbarrow Full of Dicks with Mike, Travis, and Drunk. Merry Christmas, Mike, Travis, and Drunk.
And two new ones, the LMNO podcast with Stu McAllister. Now, Duchess, can you tell me why it's the LMNO?
Oh, I know, but I can't remember. But I remember it. There's a reasoning to the alphabet on that.
Okay.
Oh my God. I should
LMNO?
know. Yeah,
It's one letter.
You're a bad fan. I'm telling Stu.
I am.
Elemental.
Stu McAllister. I'm not bad.
You didn't give me the updated one, so I'm sitting here with my dick in
It
my
has
hands.
to be this. It should update. It should update immediately.
Nope, not so much. Am I?
Are you in the notes?
There it
now?
is, the Fart Mouth podcast with Tyler and Jake. Merry Christmas, Tyler and Jake.
All right. That's it for this December, and that's it for this
Yeah.
year of the Brand X podcast. We'll be back in January. What? Mid-month? Early month? What, we're doing this in like 2
gee,
weeks?
no pressure. Yes,
I'm just saying.
It's like a whole 4 weeks. John.
Like we're supposed to be doing this every month. Seems like we're doing it every 2 weeks.
Again?
You exhaust me.
I know how I feel.
What the hell did I do? I'm just saying we do it every month. I'm just trying to figure out what we're going to do it next.
Well, I'm off on the 16th and the 17th. No, the 16th I'm being forced in for overtime. I know that. The 17th I'm off, and the 22nd, which is a Monday.
All right. So somewhere by the end of January will be the next episode of the Brand X.
Probably around Martin Luther King's Day when you'll be hearing this episode.
We'll put out a twofer.
Okay. And just, for Martin Luther King's Day. All right, everybody.
John!
There's a special place in hell for you.